Okay, I'm live right now. Okay, there we go. Here I am. So, Chastity's Chess Challenge 12. Um, okay, yep. Chastity's Chess Challenge 12/30/2024. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chastity's Chess Challenge, December 30th, 2024. Now, I have my stream set up here, and I'm doing something special today. About a week or so ago, it feels like, I did a 30-minute video on the French defense. I explained the French defense. I explained why I play the French defense, the way I play the French defense, and I've explained it before, but each time I get better at explaining the French defense. But today, I'm going to be covering the Queen's Gambit. I'm going to be sharing new information of what I have learned since my previous 10-minute video on the Queen's Gambit. And I may be going for an hour, and I'm severely hoping that I don't experience any interruptions here, because I live with my mom and we have another person staying with us right now too. So there's a chance one of these two people could interrupt. And hopefully that doesn't happen because I have a lot of information I want to get through. But if I do get interrupted, I will just have to continue from where I left off. And I've just decided that nothing is going to stop me in my quest to establish myself as a chess coach, because I call myself Chastity the chess coach. I call myself a few other things, and there's some other things that people call me, some not so kind. But when I call myself a chess coach, I literally mean that I will coach you in chess. I am not Magnus Carlsen and I am not Levy Rosman. I am a different person and I don't have the skill level of a grandmaster. So you may wonder, some people may wonder this, and so I'm just going to get this out of the way. Why would somebody hire me as a chess coach? Well, here's the best part, guys. You don't have to. Because here's what I want to do. You see here that I have lichess.org, or I guess it's Lichess. I may say it wrong, but Lichess is free. It's free, open source. Nobody has to pay a cent. But I pay $5 a month to lichess.org out of thanks, because the open source development team has all the people who fund Lichess, because yes, it's funded because people choose to donate. So here's what I'm asking. I'm asking people to watch my videos. I'm watching anybody on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'm asking the whole world to watch my videos where I go over chess games. Sometimes I play chess for fun and entertainment. Other times, like today, I'm trying to explain my favorite openings. I'm trying to explain some strategies, trying to teach people chess. And the best part about the internet is I can stream and I can record videos for free to anyone, anywhere in the world. And the way this works is you don't have to pay a cent to watch me. And listen to me explain chess. That's free. But if in any way what I'm doing has helped you become a better chess player, then you can voluntarily donate to me by perhaps subscribing to me on Twitch. Or if you want to donate to me, we can arrange something. I have a PayPal account. But I'm not asking for money right now, because what I'm doing today, the objective of today, is I'm going to be teaching the Queen's Gambit, and I have become better at the Queen's Gambit. I have learned some things about the Queen's Gambit. And I may have to re-record this same video hundreds of times throughout my life, because the more I learn and the better my communication skills get, the better I can explain this. Now, the French defense is simple. The French defense is simple. I already have a separate video on that. I covered that in 30 minutes, but I feel like it's going to take longer to explore the Queen's Gambit. Entire books have been written about the Queen's Gambit. However, I don't believe that a beginner with the Queen's Gambit needs to read 100 books or watch hours of videos necessarily to get started. But what I intend to do in this video is I intend to explain things in probably less than an hour, but I'll go longer if I need to. Explain what the Queen's Gambit is, why it's played, why I play it, why you may or may not want to play it. I'm going to be explaining all this. But before all of that begins, it's time for the mandatory theme song. I like to do my theme song, okay? I have a theme song. I'm going to try to play it. And then after that, I'm just going to begin the Queen's Gambit tutorial.
Sat down, chessboard in the light, pieces in a row, ready for the night. Every piece unique, knights roam around, bishop slide oblique, soon the pawns surround. Checkmates and castles, battles on the squares. She's the queen of the board, no need to fear. We don't always make the best move, but the point of chess is to have fun. If you keep playing, you will improve. You'll believe me when the game is done. Whether you're a powerful queen or just a slow-moving pawn, soon you'll become a chess machine, playing in your dreams from dusk to dawn. Some people call chess a game, while others say it's a fight. Perhaps it's all the same, the dance of black and white. Chess is for people of every kind. It doesn't matter who or what you are. You have all the power in your mind. Learn to checkmate like a star.
Thank you for anyone who watched that amazing video. Let me tell you, there was a lot of time spent video editing and writing the lyrics of that song. I wrote the lyrics of that song all by myself, and then I used the Suno app to have artificial intelligence sing it. And it's my theme song because it really describes how chess is for people of every kind. It doesn't matter who or what you are. You have all the power in your mind. Learn to checkmate like a star. And that's my message to the world. Anybody can play chess. And there are some people who say that you can't become a grandmaster unless you start as a kid. I don't believe that's true. And every once in a while, there's something in the news about some 15 or 12-year-old or whatever who just became a grandmaster. I think somebody could start when they're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, and they could still become a grandmaster. And then the requirements to become a grandmaster are a whole nother thing, but that usually requires dealing with FIDE and traveling across the world by airplane and participating over the border tournaments. So yes, it's possible. I can't become a grandmaster because I don't even have a car and I can't get to the airport or to even local tournaments. But I will still be your funny internet transgender chess coach. Okay, that's still what it's going to be. I'm still going to be teaching chess. I'm going to be playing chess online and in person with anybody who's ever in Lee Summit, Missouri. You better believe it, because I love the over-the-board experience. But anyway, enough talk about all that. I'm going to explain the Queen's Gambit. And I feel like before you can truly appreciate the Queen's Gambit, you have to understand that the way I used to play was different. The way I used to play chess was different. I used to begin with the king's pawn. That's what I did. Let me give you an example of the way I used to play. The way I used to play is I used to start with the king's pawn, and then my opponent would usually do the same. And then, I would try to go for the scholar's mate. I would try to set things up. I would try to get my queen and my bishop out is what I would try to do. And if they didn't stop me, I would just checkmate their king. The scholar's mate was my favorite thing because it's a 4-move checkmate. When I'm the white player, that's what I used to do. The scholar's mate is a quick win. However, the scholar's mate is actually really hard to execute if your opponent knows what they're doing. Because if your opponent knows what they're doing, they're going to mess you up very badly. Because all they have to do is they can attack your bishop, they force you to move your bishop, and they can start by getting, their knight out somewhere. They might move their knight here, and they may try to protect the square next to the king here. They may protect it. And even if you do get your queen out here, they have ways to put a stop to it. Now, one thing that's important to notice, however, is that if they do this, then you just capture this pawn with the queen and put them in check. And that usually works. But there's going to be people who will put a stop to Scholar's Mate, expert players. But I had some lucky wins with the Scholar's Mate back in the day. And what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to explain the Queen's Gambit is actually a lot more fun. The Queen's Gambit is a lot more fun because when you play the Queen's Gambit, you are not trying to go for a quick, easy win, because that rarely works. It only works against the weak mind, okay? But when your opponent knows what they're doing, you're going to find the Scholar's Mate and the Fool's Mate are probably not going to work for you. They're not going to just let you do that. So instead of rushing out with a bishop and a queen and a knight, which works sometimes, the Queen's Gambit is a whole different approach to the game. And so if you're a King's Pawn main, then you can do that. There's nothing wrong with the King's Pawn squares, 2 squares forward. But the Queen's Gambit is for a whole different kind of play. And I'm going to explain to you, when you play the Queen's Gambit, I'm going to explain to you what will happen. So the way the Queen's Gambit begins is white starts the game by moving the Queen's Pawn. And then what happens here is that black will not move the king's pawn. Now, they could move the king's pawn, but then we just capture it. They can do that. There's no reason they can't do that. But more often than not, what your opponent will do is they will move their queen's pawn. They'll just copy you. And a lot of times that happens. They may do a different move, but the queen's gambit is a very, very common position. So once both queen's pawns have moved out, then you move your pawn to c4. So your pawn in front of your queen side bishop. And now you're at the queen's gambit, just like the text above my head says. The queen's gambit is one of the oldest openings in chess, and it starts with the moves 1, d4, d5, 2, c4. In it, white sacrifices a pawn in order to gain control of the center. If black accepts the gambit with dxc4, white can immediately try to reclaim the gambit and pawn with 3 e4 or e3. White can play 3 nf3. This opening is very popular among modern players and is one of the best openings for 1 d4. So if you may not understand all of that, but it has text on the left side there, and you can read this yourself too. Because if you go to the analysis board on livechess.org, it will have all that text. And it's from Wikibooks. So basically, let me put it in my words. The idea here is that when white moves this pawn, they're hoping that black captures it. This is called Queen's Gambit Accepted, where black's like, hey, yes, I will take this pawn. When they accept the gambit by taking this pawn, you have options. You have many options. Now, one option is, of course, to move this pawn 2 squares, because now there is no pawn here, and you can move your king's pawn 2 squares safely. That's not bad at all. And then, your opponent will probably try to do something. They'll probably try to target this with the knight, and then you can just advance it, But you've opened up the board. You've got your center pawns out, and both of your bishops can move. So that's not bad at all. So moving this pawn to e4, it's a good move. But I will also show you that e3 is an acceptable move here, because whether you move this to e3 or e4, this bishop wants to get out and kill that pawn. That's what it wants. And your opponent will see this. Your opponent is going to see that you're about to kill their pawn. And if you look at the board here, how in the world are they going to protect it? Most people will probably try to protect it with this pawn. But then if they do, we move this pawn out here. And then if they do capture this pawn, then you still get to kill this pawn. So they may not do that. So instead, they will try to defend this pawn with another pawn. And when that happens, then that happens. And if they do that, they've fallen into the deadliest trap of all. Queen to f3. The queen targets the rook, and there's no way to stop black from losing a piece here, because the rook can't move, it's trapped in the corner. They could block with the bishop, but then the queen kills it, and they are still going to kill the rook next turn. They could, instead of moving the bishop, they could move the knight in the way, but then the queen kills the knight. And then, in this case, the king can't move. It has nowhere to go. So they may try to move the bishop out. And they can absolutely do that. There's no reason in the world that they can't do that. And in that case, you'll probably just want to slide your queen over here somewhere and to get it to safety. But regardless, black, when that series of moves happens, black will always lose either a knight or a bishop. And this is part of why the Queen's Gambit is so deadly. Now, in that specific example I just showed you, that was a case where, yeah, okay, it's messing up a little bit, because I have many variations here. I'm going to delete all the variations. So I'm still covering the Queen's Gambit accepted. So in this case, remember that if black accepts this pawn, white has the option to move to e3 or e4. Now, in the example I just showed you with the trap, this example was where that happens, that happens, that happens, that happens, that happens, that happens, and then that happens. And remember, if you need to pause or rewind this video to see that again, it's worth it because it's one of the most dangerous traps. Now, that particular trap is one of the reasons I actually do like e3 as a move. I really do like e3 as a move. It's just a very good move. But there is one downside. This pawn being here means the bishop is a little bit restricted. It's a little bit trapped there. So let's take an example. Let's go back a step. What if black accepts the Queen's Gambit and we move here to e4? Well, what if black still tries to defend the pawn from the bishop? Let's see what happens here. This same series of events could totally happen. Now, in this case, notice we have a little bit of a difference here. The queen can still go here, but then we run into a problem because then black can take this pawn. So that's not that great. And then if we advance this pawn to get out of our way, then black's queen just kills that pawn. So the truth is, we run into some trouble here. We run into some trouble here because one of the reasons that I tend to really like doing f3 is because when you do f3 here, this pawn is defending this pawn. However, we have the problem of the dark square bishop can only go so far. So e3 versus e4 as white's next move to the Queen's Gambit accepted, it's actually a debatable question. It's actually a very debatable question. But let's step back here. What if we do e4? Now keep in mind, black cannot kill this pawn yet while the queen is still here because it's protecting it. So what we actually have to do in this case is we need to make sure that this pawn is not vulnerable. Now black has to do a move, obviously. And in fact, they may even try to move this knight here, attacking this pawn. But regardless of what black does, this pawn can advance here. But there's a problem. Now the situation has changed because we can't do a diagonal attack on the rook anymore. We can't really do that the same. So e3 may be your personal style. I like e3, but e4 is actually not bad either because if you look at this, you start seeing that even though we can't attack this rook here, we have the ability to get both bishops out and then start attacking this pawn. But look at this. See, now if that knight moves there, now that knight can go and kill that pawn. So here's the thing about it, guys, is that you can run yourself into some real trouble because you can move this pawn out here, but the e4 pawn doesn't have a defender, and then there's only one defender of this d4 pawn. So it could very well be that e3 is better than e4. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just kind of feeling like having a triangular pawn structure where this pawn protects this pawn. I feel like that's good. But then there is the problem of this bishop being trapped. So I'm going to offer you an alternative. So I don't know if you're still with me or if I've lost you because I'm going so fast. But as you can see, I know the theory behind what I'm talking about here, about the pros and cons of e3 and e4. So here's what I'm going to recommend, guys. I'm going to recommend something. Instead of agonizing over whether e3 or e4 is actually the better move, we're going to go with a whole different approach. And this is going to be weird. But I'm actually going to be recommending knight to f3. Notice it says that NF3, this is the classical continuation. White pursues its development and increases control over the e5 square. Black's main reply is 3 NF6. So this can happen. So notice what's happening here. Both of these knights are targeting this square here. And we still haven't moved out this pawn to e3 or e4. So we could choose here, we could choose to play e3 and defend this. We could absolutely do that. And there's nothing wrong. Plus, we get the bishop out. But I'm here to tell you today that that may not even be the best thing. That may not even be the best thing, because if this happens, and remember the text said that this is common where if we do knight f3, they'll do knight c6 here. It might actually be better just to do this, guys, because now you have this pawn attacking the knight. And if that happens, the queen can't kill the pawn because then your queen kills their queen. So now we have this situation because Black has accepted the queen's gambit. Black is in a tricky position because now they have to move their knight here. And they're not going to move the knight here or here because this knight will kill it. And they could move the knight here or here. But keep in mind, if they do move the knight, they're going to run into trouble. Because let's say that they move the knight here, and they're trying to target this pawn. Well, we move the queen, we put their king in check, and now Black has to get out of check. So they can't move the knight back here, or they have the case of the pawn, and if they take back, then we just there we go. Now, whatever happens, White is just destroying all of Black's pieces, and that's something that can genuinely happen. So honestly, guys, that's one example of why moving this knight here to f3 as the next move might actually be the best thing to possibly do. Because your opponent could do all kinds of things. Obviously, the possible chess games that could happen are just ridiculous. But guys, you have to realize this is insane. You have all these options here, because you could then, if you wanted to move here, then you have three defenders on this pawn. And even if Black decides, hey, I'm going to advance this pawn, well, that's just dumb, because you could either capture that pawn with this pawn, or you could just capture with the knight. And that's not bad at all, because the knight kind of wanted to go there anyway, didn't it? Because then, if your opponent tries to do whatever they do, you can advance this pawn, and now this pawn is defended by this knight and this queen. And if they try to take, then that happens, the queen can't kill the knight. They can try to they could try to threaten it with a pawn, but it's not even that big of a problem, because you can still move this knight to safety, relative safety anyway. And sure, the queen can kill your queen, but then you kill their queen back. It's not the worst thing in the world. Also, there's another thing we can look at. Let's look back at the Queen's Gambit accepted. What happens if instead of moving this knight to f3, what if we do knight to c3? And this is actually a pretty genuine response. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, because one thing that moving the knight here does is it means this pawn is stuck there until the bishop kills it later. But notice the text it says on the left here. In fact, I think I'll move my video camera down just a little bit, just so you can read more of this. But if you go to the analysis board yourself, you'll still be able to read it. Anyway, because this text is free, available for everyone. It says 2 players have labeled this move misguided, as the knight is vulnerable here to a b7, b5, b4 advance. It also doesn't control d4 or e5, 2 important squares in Queen's Gambit accepted positions. The most common and highest scoring response for black is to follow up with 3a6, preparing a future b5 thrust, which will introduce the idea of attacking the knight with b4, whilst also claiming that black can keep a hold of the pawn with a suitable defense. This usually leads to a firefight on the queen side, with a4 usually being displayed sooner rather than later by white in order to disrupt black's defense of the c-pawn. Yeah, so here's the thing is, even though you can do this, we are given advice. With the analysis board, not only can you play around with the board and try different positions and see how it looks to you, you can also get wiki book advice here. You can get advice right on the left side, and there's even a link to read more. If you click the link, it will tell you more about that position on wiki books. Like, dude, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Elite Chess has everything. Whether you're on the computer or the mobile app, there's an official mobile app. This website has everything you need to improve as a chess player. And I believe that if I keep studying my opening theory and I keep getting better at spotting my own mistakes and seeing the threats of my opponent, I believe sooner or later I will get to 2000. That's my quest, okay? I want to get to 2000 rating. And it may take me years to do so, but I'm determined. But anyway, what have we seen so far in the Queen's Gambit? What have we seen so far? We've only seen the Queen's Gambit accepted. Because, yeah, so if we go back here and see the Queen's Gambit accepted is when black takes the pawn. And that's very, very common, obviously. Black can take that pawn. And a lot of people will do that. But I'm going to try to delete all the moves. I'm going to delete all those moves and start fresh here. Because I also must warn you, there will be times where black doesn't take that pawn. You want them to take the pawn, but they may be smart and not do it. And there's 3 main responses to it. So let's get to the Queen's Gambit position again. Now, there are some options here. Black has some options. Yes, they can take the pawn, but they also have two really good options for declining it. One is Queen's Gambit declined, and this is a very, very common position. Notice that Black's king has moved 1 square to defend this pawn, so that if that happens, then that happens. And if you do that, then if you try to take that pawn, then black can get both of their bishops out. And so the Queen's Gambit decline is one of the best responses that black can do in that position. Now, there are some people who like to do the Slav defense. Now, the Slav defense is not bad either, mind you, because the same situation occurs where you got that, and then you've got that. But then, you're in this weird kind of situation because you can still then proceed to knight f3, but your opponent can put you in check here. But it's not really much of a threat, not really at all, because you can always just put your bishop in the way. And so, but, there may be players who are skilled at what to do after the Slav defense. So those are the main things, okay? So think of it this way. If you are playing as black, I'm giving some advice for black here. If you are playing as black and white is doing the Queen's Gambit to you, yes, you could take that pawn, but it's risky. And I would advise you as the black player to either move this pawn here or to move this pawn here. Both of those are good responses because you're defending that pawn. And in my opinion, I find that the Queen's Gambit decline is actually better. It's better because then you get free range of both your bishops out, and a lot of people agree with me that the Queen's Gambit decline is better than the Slav defense. But there are some loyal players of the Slav defense, and I'm not going to say they're wrong either, because while not as popular, there may be tricks with that opening that I just haven't seen yet. There's probably entire courses. I just haven't looked for them because I'm more about trying to play the Queen's Gambit as a white player. When I'm playing white, I like to play the Queen's Gambit because I love tricking my opponents into accepting that gambit. But there is one other thing that we have to look at, guys. We have to look at the Alban counter gambit. And I know this is a lot. There's Queen Gambit accepted, there's Queen's Gambit declined, there's the Slav defense, there's all this stuff that can happen. And I have all of this knowledge in my tiny head, okay? This is some wild stuff. But I'm going to teach you the Alban counter gambit. The Alban counter gambit is where black moves the king's pawn 2 squares. Now this turns into a whole weird thing. This turns very weird because now white has this issue here where they could capture this pawn, but then the queen kills it. And if that happens, then white is in some real trouble. They're in some real trouble here because now because they could do that, but then that gives black options. You could either trade queens or they could just kill this pawn. And that means that what that does is that means black has both bishops that can move out here and here. Meanwhile, white only has the option to move one bishop, and then we have a queen in the center of the board here we have to deal with. And yes, we can attack it, but then they can put us in check. And then how do we get out of check? Well, we can still do it. It's playable, okay? But it just kind of gives black the initiative. So that's one way that white could respond to the Alban counter gambit, is they could go ahead and take this pawn. But I think the best response for white in this case is actually to just take this pawn. I mean, it's a free pawn, and the king can't move like a queen, so it can't kill you. But watch out for this, because then what black can do is they could either take this pawn or they could just advance this forward. Now, this is really tricky, guys, because let me show you an example of something really bad that can happen here. Because if white decides, well, there's a pawn here, let's move this pawn here, well, then black can do this horrible thing. They can put the white king in check. And now you're in a situation here because now, they may decide, let's say that they try to block with the knight. Well, then the pawn kills it. So they can't move something there. So maybe they will move the knight here and block the check. But now they've blocked this bishop from going anywhere, and then black will do this. And now you're in the situation where this knight can't move. The knight can't move because it would put the king in check here. And if the knight can't move, then it's very vulnerable. Now, white can still go here. They can move this pawn and they can kill it. But then if they do that, then the black queen comes here and puts the king in check. So you know what I'm saying, guys? Like, it turns into this big old thing where, it's very bizarre. How that is. But I just feel like it messes up the whole board. It's just not very good. And so by doing this, it just puts white in a difficult position, because even if you do this, well, then you have this kind of a case where then this is weird, because you can still do this. This is really messed up because this bishop can't kill this pawn. Now this bishop could kill this bishop, and that okay. Look, I know what you're thinking. You're like, guys, this is a free bishop. So why wouldn't you just take the bishop? I'm going to explain the reason that in this position, white does not want to take that bishop is because then we have this issue where the pawn captures this pawn. The king's like, oh, I'll capture this pawn, and then black kills the white queen, and white has already basically lost the game. But then you're thinking, okay, so what if the king doesn't move away from the queen and instead moves here? Well, now you're in some real bad trouble here because then this gets to kill this knight, and then the pawn gets to promote. It reaches the other side, so it promotes and puts the king in check. And yes, the rook can kill it, but then it turns into a really, really bad thing here, guys. This is why the Alban counter gambit is dangerous, because then this king is here and it puts in check. So white can't put anything here. It has nothing left. The knight was just killed by the pawn, and then if the king tries to move out of the way, then oh, that's right. We have well, it's not okay. This isn't checkmate necessarily. It's not checkmate, but here it puts the king in check and it only has one place to move. So that's another way that black can kill the white queen. Now you may have noticed that when this happened, and this pawn it promoted to a knight in that example. Promoting to a knight is what you want to do in the Alban counter gambit, because if you just promote to a queen, well, that's not really that big of a deal. It's not really that big of a deal because now it's white's turn, see? So all white has to do is they trade queens, then black has to kill the queen there, and then it's white's turn, so then they kill the other queen. So then in that case, white kills both of the queens. And now we have a king here that can't castle, all these black pieces that haven't moved. Meanwhile, we have an active bishop. So look, the Alban counter gambit, guys, the Alban counter gambit is really deadly. So let me tell you, as your chess teacher for this video, the Alban counter gambit is very tricky. And usually what I do when I play the Queen's Gambit is I go for the Queen's Gambit declined because it seems like it works. It seems like it works pretty good because no matter what happens, we just have this situation. And also, if white takes this, then the queen can come here. And if this knight tries to attack the queen, that's nothing because we can pin the knight. So it's a crazy thing. So what I want to tell you, like, okay, I know a lot of people are not going to like the Queen's Gambit because they have short attention spans and they don't want to study all the theory on this. Now, you don't have to study all this theory. You don't even have to listen to me. If you want to play the Queen's Gambit, just try it out and see how it goes for you. You can get started right away. But if you want to have a higher chance at winning with the Queen's Gambit, and you're the white player or you're the black player, you really need to study. You probably need some books on the subject. I'm trying to use just the live chess analysis board and my own experience to know what's good here. Now, you may be wondering in this Queen's Gambit decline position, you may be wondering what I recommend. Well, there's a few really good things I recommend. One option here is to move this here because we don't want this bishop coming here and putting the king in check. Because if that happens, then we just take. So pawn to a2 is a good option. Another good option, in my opinion, is just moving this pawn here because now what this does is this bishop is blocked. It can't go here or here. And this bishop is also blocked because this pawn blocks it. And this pawn can't really just move because, well, it can, and that happens, and then that happens. I mean, that's not bad by any means necessarily. But it's just one of those weird things where it kind of restricts them. But I'm going to give you what I think is the best recommendation. The best recommendation, if you reach the Queen's Gambit declined, is get the knight to f3, because this knight to f3 has so many possibilities. It just has so many possibilities. And then, your opponent may get a piece moved out. And then if this happens, then what you may want to still advance this forward. But now we have this situation where if this comes here, well, it gives us some very interesting territory here, because there's still so many options here. Like, the game's still just barely begun. But now you have this crazy option where you can come here with the queen and you can pin the knight to the king there. And then, yes, this pawn can do this, but now you have the situation where you can capture the pawn back and the knight can't capture because it would put it in check. So it just turns into this whole, it's a very bizarre exchange of pieces. And I would say neither a black nor white is in a good or bad position necessarily here. But I think the main takeaway is sometimes you won't know what to do in a certain position. And so while you could move a pawn here or move a pawn here, it's actually best to just move the knight to f3 and then wait and see what your opponent does. Because depending on what they do, you could have yourself a very interesting situation. Like they may decide, hey, I'm just going to advance this here. Well, then you can get your knight here. Or they may not do that. They may do something else entirely, but now you can get your knight right here. Now, the point of this is that this pawn can't advance when there's a knight there. So this bishop is still very blocky. And it's still not that bad of a position, but once you start getting your knight to this part of the board, it controls so many squares. This knight controls all of these squares, including this pawn here. So black could then take this pawn, but then you could just take it back, and it works. So getting the knight out is actually a good idea, because you don't know how the game's going to go, but it seems to me that knight to f3 is almost always a good idea. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, notice it says here about how it brings white close to castling kingside. See, getting this knight is one of the required things that you need to be able to get castled here. You'll still need to get this pawn out here, obviously, at some point. But it brings you closer to castling. So knight to f3 is still very good. Now, there is another option that's popular to the Queen's Gambit declined. And this is a very popular option for some reason, is you can move the knight here. And it's easy to see why this happened. First of all, let me tell you why this is a bad idea. Because they can just pin the knight. Now you have a knight that can't move. It's just not good. And yes, you can put their king in check here, but then they can just block the check there and defend this bishop here. So now you have, no matter what you do here, you're guaranteed to lose a knight. No matter what you may decide to do, you're gonna lose a knight. And it's not the worst thing in the world, because you still get to kill the bishop. But I'm a person who values my knights, and that's why I don't like to do that. So I am recommending against, I recommend against this. I mean, you can get away with it if you don't care about a possible loss of a knight with this, then you can go ahead and do it. But personally, I don't think that's a good idea at all. What I think what would be a better thing to do in this case, besides the options I've already mentioned, because you can move the knight to f3, you can move this pawn here, you can advance this pawn here, and those are all pretty good options. Or you can move the bishop here. Now, if you move the bishop here, then the bishop can't come here. And also the queen wouldn't be able to come here because we'd run into so much trouble. So that's actually not bad, but it does have a downside because then, well, it's not bad. Let's be real. This is not even that bad because, however, you have to realize that now, while this bishop is here, then your queen no longer protects this. So there's going to be people who will get their knight here, and if you don't know what you're doing and you just start trying to get things moved out, well, then they'll take this pawn, and then you've lost a pawn, and all kinds of stuff. So it's not bad, mind you, but I just find that when it comes to the Queen's Gambit decline, the most flexible thing to do is to basically bring the knight to f3. I'm looking at this myself. And trying to figure out, I think that knight f3 is the most flexible move. And so that's my recommendation to white. If your opponent declines the queen's gambit with pawn to e6, you probably just want to get your knight moved out to f3 and then wait and see what your opponent does. Wait for them to make some kind of mistake. I feel like that's generally good advice. And also, the knight to f3 protects this pawn, so that if the queen were to move anywhere, this pawn would still have some protection. So that may be a good option. It just may actually be a good option. I've covered a lot of material already. I've covered so much material. And see, the Queen's Gambit is flexible. It's so flexible in so many ways. And even though there's a lot of possible continuations and things that can happen in the Queen's Gambit, it does remain a solid opening because let's just start over. We're just going to start right over here, delete all the moves, and we're going to go to the Queen's Gambit position and just remember that the Queen's Gambit is where you're offering this pawn, and black could take it. And depending on how experienced they are, they may do different things. They may do the Queen's Gambit decline. They may do the Slav defense. They might just completely ignore that and move their knight here, which doesn't really do anything, but they may just ignore that. They may just totally ignore this pawn. So there's all these different options here of what they can do. Now, if you look here in this position, you'll see that out of 77 games, I have a 53% win rate here with me playing as white. So that's above 50%. That's not bad. But what I will tell you is that usually there'll be some mistake in the end game that ends up costing me the game. But there's nothing wrong with the Queen's Gambit as an opening. It's actually really good. But you always have to be mindful, especially with the Queen's Gambit declined, or the Alban counter gambit. No matter whether this pawn moves 1 or 2 squares, it opens up this bishop, and that bishop can then put the king in check. So you have to be aware of this. So there's just so much to consider, and I know that's a lot of information. But in case you can't tell, I've thought about this for a really long time. I've really thought about the Queen's Gambit as an opening, and I feel like it's actually very good. It's probably my favorite opening as white. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to flip the board. We're going to just start over. Let's restart over here, and then we need to go to the settings and we need to flip the board. Okay, I want to flip the board here. And then this is the perspective of the black player. So now imagine you're playing black here. So if you are the black player, then this is what I like to do when I'm playing black. Your opponent will more often than not move the king's pawn. And when that happens, I like to respond with a French defense. So I'm into the whole French defense thing. But there are other times where they're trying to do the London system or the Queen's Gambit, and they'll do that. So whenever this happens, I also do that because I want to reach the Queen's Gambit. So if I reach the Queen's Gambit, let's see what my win percentage here is. Now notice here that me as the black player, I only win. Looks like I win 25% of the time when I'm playing black in the Queen's Gambit. I'm not very good from the black side. I'm really not that good from the black side. And let's see, did I ever accept there is no game where I ever accepted the Queen's Gambit. I've never done it. Never once have I accepted the Queen's Gambit, according to the database, because I know what's a trap. So what I usually do is I am doing the Queen's Gambit decline. And if you'll notice here, I still only win 18% of the time. But I feel like white has a slight advantage when it comes to the Queen's Gambit. But then again, there are people who study entire books about the Queen's Gambit decline and find a way to win. Like my win percentage playing the black player is abysmal. When I'm playing white and I reach the Queen's Gambit position, I do pretty good. But when I'm the black player, I don't really know how to respond. So it's going to take a lot more games. If I want to reach over 50% win rate with black in the Queen's Gambit, and whether I use the Slav defense, Queen's Gambit declined, Alban counter Gambit, I need to do better. Because I feel like if I get better at the black side of the Queen's Gambit, my rating will improve. So that's a weak area for me to personally work on. But for now, I've given you several tools for the white player because the Queen's Gambit is really a trick that white plays on black to get them to take that pawn or to at least get a good position when they decline taking the pawn. So I've gone almost an hour now. I've gone almost an hour here explaining the Queen's Gambit. Plus, of course, there was the mandatory theme song and my explanation of what I'm doing here with my chess teaching business. There's so much material. The Queen's Gambit is just such a wonderful opening to play. The Queen's Gambit is just very interesting because, the Queen's Gambit, whenever both sides do this and the white offers this pawn, what you decide to do about this pawn, whether you take it or whether you don't, leads to entirely different branches here. Entirely different branches. And so if you're playing as white, then you probably will want to do the Queen's Gambit at some point. Because when your opponent accepts this gambit, it just gives you so many options. And personally, to tell you the truth, I still feel like pawn to e3 is actually a really good move. I still feel like that's one of the best moves. And part of the reason I'm very partial, I like pawn to e3, is because you have to realize, and I think this will be my final tip for this video on the Queen's Gambit as white. Having a bishop here that can't move, it's not really that bad. It's really not bad because one of the things that can possibly happen is your opponent is going to try to they're going to try to get out here. They're going to try to get their queen out here and put you in check. And so it's actually better in many cases for this bishop to remain trapped here because if the bishop always has the option to go here and block any checks. Because if you had already brought the bishop out somewhere and gotten killed, well, that would mean you would have to defend with the knight. Because if this bishop didn't exist, you'd have to defend with the knight, and then you can't move the knight. And so I feel like having a trapped bishop there is really not the worst thing in the world. So to summarize, let's go back here. If they accept the Queen's Gambit, which you're hoping they do, because if they do, it's going to be a good game for you. I personally still think that either pawn to e3 is a very good move, but also you can always do knight to f3 and then decide later how to move the pawn based on the way your opponent responds. There's just so many options here. Now, I need to play a lot more games to really refine my knowledge of not only the black side, which I'm weak in, but also the white side. But the Queen's Gambit is one of the most amazing openings because it's so simple. The concept is so simple. White wants development. They want to get their pieces out. And by distracting black by letting them take that pawn, black thinks, well, this person's an idiot. And then all of a sudden, white has gotten more pieces out because then black is a move behind with this pawn they can't defend. Remember, they can't really defend that pawn. Every attempt to defend that pawn never really works. It never really does because they could, let's say that you get this pawn here and your bishop's attacking this pawn. I've already shown what happens if they try to do this. It leads to a whole exchange. They end up losing a piece. They could also defend it by moving the queen here. But if they do, that's just really bad. That's like really bad because then you bring out the knight and you attack the queen. And see, they can't pin the knight because this is not moved out yet. So they can try to pin your knight, but then you just get your bishop behind the knight. And if they don't see what you're doing, you're just going to start doing some really nasty stuff here. First of all, you still have to kill this pawn here. And then at any single time, you have the option to move this knight here and kill that knight, for instance, if it attacks, which would be a bad move by black. It's not the best example in the world. It's better to show examples with real games played by real people to really show the beauty of what the Queen's Gambit can do. Because I win over 50% of the time when I play the Queen's Gambit. I really like the Queen's Gambit. It's just amazing. I love it. I really love it. So anyway, enough of me rambling about my theories of the Queen's Gambit. But this video was meant to be an introduction to the Queen's Gambit and to really explore, what can happen in the Queen's Gambit. I think the Queen's Gambit is an opening that you should study. You should play it. You should study it. And there are grandmasters, and there are many book authors who have written entire books on the Queen's Gambit. People say the Queen's Gambit is the queen of openings. It's really, really good. The Queen's Gambit is just one of the best there is. And it's not just me saying it. There's a lot of people who love the Queen's Gambit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to close up this part of the video, and I must do the ending theme song. Because yes, the mandatory ending theme song. We're going to do the Chess for All rap. So enjoy listening to this.
Play our game. Everyone can join the same. Pieces move their timeless dance. In chess there's always a chance. Kings and queens on either side. Pawns advance with humble pride. No one's left out in this fight. A game of skill, no dark, no light. Chess for all, chess for you. Every move, it's something new. No matter who or where you are. In this game we're all a star. Black or white, it doesn't matter. On
no walls to shatter. Rich or poor, we all belong. In this fight, we're going strong. Even if you've never played, there's no need to be afraid. Anyone can learn this game. That's why chess has so much fame. Male or female, gay or straight, at this table no one's late. Every voice and move unique, all together we are sleek. Anyone can win this game, but when you lose, feel no shame. Even masters make mistakes, all your games are just remakes. Each new player finds their style, when you find it you will smile. Books and courses help us learn what we need to take our turn. Chess for all, chess for you. Every move it's something new. No matter who or where you are, in this game we're all the star.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that ending theme song. Now that ends the session on, explaining the Queen's Gambit. But here I am. I'm still on Lead Chess. I'm still at the analysis board. I just got done explaining the Queen's Gambit. So I thought it would be a good idea to play some actual games. I want to at least play one game, perhaps. And what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to try something. I'm going to go to leadchess.org and I'm going to, we need to go to quick pairing because, like I've said before, the longer the time control, I just noticed the blog posts. See, they have blog posts on here. Huh. Yeah, see that people keep writing new blog posts, and so Lead Chess has blogs, it has videos, it has everything. So I have a lot of video watching and a lot of reading to do, mind you. Lead Chess is the best website you can join if you're trying to learn and get better at chess. But here's what I want to do. I want to set up a classical game. And what I'm going to do for right now is I want to do custom game. We're going to be doing standard chess, and I want to choose to play as white. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 30-minute casual game because, see, when you select rated, then you don't get to choose what side you play as. But if you do casual, does it let me choose? Does it? Oh, is it not going to let me choose? Interesting, it doesn't let me choose whether or not I want to play as white or black. Now, in correspondence, it's very interesting that it's not letting me choose to play as the white player, even if I have casual selected. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. I thought it would let me choose. I'm not sure why it's being that way. That's bizarre, because I could have sworn it let me do that before. I was just trying to play as white so I could see if the Queen's Gambit happens. So I'm going to just do a 30+0 classical game. We're going to do a classical game because the longer I have time to think, the better I play. So now I'm going to be playing a real online chess game on leadchess.org against a complete random stranger. And we don't know how it's going to go. So I'm just going to keep streaming for a little while because it's not even quite midnight yet. And I want to play some chess because it's apparently one of my favorite things to do. And now I've already explained the Queen's Gambit in this same stream. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to do it. We're just going to go with a classical game here. And once I get matched with a random player somewhere on the internet, oh, I'm playing as black? Okay. Here we are. I have an opponent. Okay. Okay. I don't usually see an opening like that. I don't usually see that. I am going to just get my queen's pawn out. I'm going to start getting these pieces out here. I'm going to do this. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know what they're trying to do, but I just advanced the queen's pawn again. I don't know what my opponent's doing at all. And now I'm going to get this pawn behind it for more reinforcement, and both my bishops have moved out. Both my bishops can move out when they need to, because now both my pawns are out near the center of the board there. I don't know. See, my opponent, I don't know what their plan is. They probably had a plan, and I have a feeling they were trying to move. I think they were trying to move their knight here, but then I got this pawn here, and I didn't let them do it. And now they moved the queen's pawn 1 square because now they can't move it 2 squares. So now they're a little bit jammed here. That's actually kind of interesting. I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure what's happening here. This is very interesting. So maybe I want to, for now, I just want to advance this right there. I want to advance that pawn 1 because that gives my queen a chance to come out here diagonally. So that's my plan for this game, is just to get the queen out there, put the king in check. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. But I don't know what my opponent is going to do yet. We'll see. And I want them to take the time and think of the best move. So let's see what my opponent does. Okay, they moved the knight over there. So they moved the knight there. Do I still want to... Okay. Okay, so I have options here. I'm still going to put the king in check here. And then I'm going to see what my opponent does. Because my queen is actually in a good spot. The king is in check there. How will they respond? Hmm. Interesting. They just blocked with that knight. So now their knight can't move. And I think what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to get this bishop also moved out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to do that. So now we have both the bishop and the queen both there. And I think my opponent is going to move their pawn there. That's my prediction. I think they're going to do that. Let's see if they move. Yeah, see if they move their pawn there. Because I like to predict what I think my opponent will do. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But if they do, that's not a problem necessarily. Because I'm still in a pretty good position here. Hmm. My opponent is taking some time to think, which is actually a great thing to do. It's totally a good idea to consider your moves and think, not to just hastily move. But remember, this is a classical game. I still have 28 and a half minutes left on my clock. Classical chess is relaxing because, yes, there is a time limit. Hey, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? I told you they would do that. I told you that they would move that pawn there, and they did. So now this bishop is just going to kill the knight, because killing your opponent's knights is usually a very good idea. And now look what they've done there. Now they have the queen there, I could kill the queen, but then they'll kill my queen. So let's go for it. Let's just kill the queen, and now neither side has a queen. So this game has just got very interesting. And now I need to think, what am I trying to accomplish here? What is it that I'm trying to do? I don't really know yet what I want to do yet. So I think what I will do is I will just, I'm going to move this knight here. I'm just going to move the knight here. Because what if I want to castle on my king's side? I might want to do that. I don't know yet. It kind of depends on what my opponent does. Okay, so now they've done that. I think my next good move is probably to defend that pawn with that pawn. And then if they capture my pawn, then I still have options. I still have some pretty good options. Okay, see, here, now I'm at a crossroads because do I want to take, which of these two pawns do I want to take there? Which do I want to take with? Well, I actually think that I wish to have a pawn structure where the pawns defend each other. And I mean, neither of these are bad, but I think I'm going to go with this right now. I just feel like I want to do that. And time will tell later whether that's right or wrong, but I don't think in this case that it matters that much which pawn I used. Hmm. Well, I'm just waiting and seeing what my opponent's going to do. Let's see here. Another thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to try to identify the first mistake in the game. And to tell you the truth, I don't really think there were any mistakes exactly. The reason I say there were no mistakes is because we're still even on the pieces. It's not like one side has more than the other. Neither side is close to checkmating the other. Right now, we're just trying to get things in position. I'm going to get this knight moved out here. I just need to get my bishop and my knights and my rooks involved in the game somehow. That's what I need to do. Now, you'll also notice that, ooh, they just moved the bishop. I see. They totally did move that bishop. Now, I don't like that they did that because the problem is then I could end up losing a knight, and I never want to lose knights. I don't like to lose knights. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move this knight over here, and as I just don't want my knights to die. And you may see why later. If I end up winning this game because of my knights, then you'll see the benefit of it, you know? But I don't like to let bishops kill my knights because knights are, they're amazing. I call the knights the queen killer because nothing quite kills a queen the way a knight can if it puts the king in check while attacking the queen at the same time. Of course, there's no queens left in this game, so now it's all about who plays better. It's all about who makes the first mistake. Okay, now, guys, that's interesting. See what just happened there? Now we have this case where they've castled on that side. So I have to think, what is it that I want to do now? How do I want to approach this? Hmm. It's a very genuine question, how I may want to approach this. but I'm kind of feeling like I want to do something smart, and I don't want to move this bishop because that bishop is defending that pawn right there. And I can't move the pawn or this rook dies. So the location of this bishop is giving me trouble in this game. So I still have to figure out my move. And it's worth it to take the time to think of the best move. Never make hasty decisions. Always try to make very good decisions is the goal. So I'm going to, right now, I'm just going to castle on this side is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to castle there. And I have a feeling they're going to try to, oh, that's what I was about to say. I had a feeling they were going to do that. I just had a feeling, you know, that those annoying feelings that somebody's going to try to move a rook and attack your knight. I wonder if this person has caught on to the fact that I don't like to lose my knights. But there's nothing I'm guaranteed if I move this knight anywhere, then this knight dies. Well, there is one exception. If I were to move this knight here or here, oh, we have options. Yeah, there are options. Okay, I'm going to move this knight right here because yes, I could lose a knight, but then I would still get to kill a rook. You know, but I was going to lose one knight one way or another, so I was just in a difficult spot. I find classical chess quite relaxing. Chess is just relaxing that way. And I like thinking about the board and where things are going to go while my opponent is thinking. Classical chess gives me more than enough time to really pick out my moves. That's why classical chess is the best experience. My goal is to get to rated 2000 on this website in classical chess. I couldn't care less about bullet. Bullet leads to bad chess. Bullet chess just leads to bad quality moves because you have to make decisions in a hurry. And no good decision was ever really made in a hurry. I don't think so. If you can think of an example of something where you had 2 seconds to make a decision and you made the right decision, I'd love to hear it. Huh. It's very interesting here. So I'm still waiting for my opponent to make a move. Now keep in mind that my opponent is taking an extraordinarily long time to make their moves. So there is a chance they could actually run out of time, but I doubt the game will go on that long. I highly doubt it will go on that long. Oh, now look what they did. They attacked that knight with the pawn, and this knight still doesn't want to die. So, but the knight doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go there because then I blocked the bishop, and the bishop can't do anything. So I think the knight is actually going to just go over here. Yeah, this is wild. Because I don't want to lose my knights. The knights are just great. Oh, I just realized something, guys. That bishop can kill my knight. And there was no way to defend it. There was no way to defend that knight, not at all, because I had to move that knight, but that knight, well, okay, what really happened is that by moving that pawn there, this bishop had free range to then attack this. So that's what really happened. I feel like that was the reason behind the pawn move. Okay, now they've got the knight there. So the knight is there now. And now we have to consider, hmm, whew. This knight is up to something. Yes, the knight is definitely up to something, but I don't know what it is yet. And for right now, I'm going to move this knight. Or do I even want to move the knight? Is that something I want to do? Honestly, I just don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It might actually be funnier. Okay, what if I move this bishop here? Let's ignore the knight and let's just wait. No, no. Oh, guys, look. I almost made a mistake, but because I took the time to think it out, look, this knight is attacking this pawn. So if I don't do anything, this pawn will just die for free. So it might actually be better. We're just going to continue the pawn diagonal. That's what we're going to do. We're going to defend that pawn. And I know you're thinking, it's just a pawn. What's the big deal, Chastity? Every pawn counts. Never just let your pieces die for no reason, because that's not pro-life. Of course, killing your opponent's pieces isn't very pro-life, but thank God it's only a game, and nobody actually dies. Although, somebody might make such a bad move that it makes their opponent die of a heart attack. So yeah, chess could kill you theoretically if your moves are so bad that it kills somebody from the shock. But hopefully that won't happen. Oh, this is great. Chess is just a great game. It's so much fun. Oh, very relaxing. Chess is just one of the best games in the world. Definitely the best board game. My opponent still hasn't made their move. This is very interesting. What are they trying to do? They're trying to do something, but I don't know what yet. Okay, see what they're doing here? You see that? Now, this pawn I think is going to go here and scare away my knight, and I don't like that at all. So I think what I actually, well, but also this pawn could also come here. That could happen. I think my best move, because the knight is limited in its movement options. So I feel like I need to, wow. Okay, this whole thing is messed up. Yeah, this whole thing is pretty messed up here. Because I feel like I want to move this right here, but is there something I'm missing? Honestly, I don't know, but I don't want that pawn advancing, so I'm going to advance this 2 squares so that pawn can't go any further. I don't want it going any further, because that would just be bad news for me. Oh, man. Chess is for people who have patience and who like to think. It's not meant for people who like to just move with instinct or, play shooter games or whatever. Because a lot of people, when they say they're into video games, they're men in their 20s who are playing Call of Duty or Borderlands or something, where they're just shooting each other with guns. But chess has a very cartoon looking violence where nobody is actually getting hurt here. You're just taking pieces off the board, but they're never actually killed. What is my opponent going to do? Because think about this. So if they move this pawn here, then my bishop kills it. They might move this knight here, which it's a safe square, but what does it really accomplish? Not much of anything. They could advance a pawn somewhere, but what does it do? Or they could, yeah, it's hard to know. They could even move the knight here and put me in check, but then I kill it with that pawn. Are there any good moves for... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's what they did. Now what we have going on here is that this bishop is under attack. So we need to get this bishop moved somewhere. We're just going to get this bishop moved over either here or okay, let's back up, because the bishop could go here, which blocks the knights, blocks the rook from coming down here, or the bishop could go here, but it doesn't really accomplish anything. No, not really. Oh, but look at this. The bishop can attack this knight here. Oh, guys, they're still trying to kill my knight, and I don't like it. So oh man, because I don't want to lose the knight. Protect the knights, that's my priority, because I need them later. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to move this knight here, and it's protected by the other knight. Now this knight can kill the bishop, but then the rook is going to kill the knight if it does, you know? Or even my knight could kill that knight. Oh guys, I just made the dumbest mistake. In my quest to protect my, oh my god, guys. In my case, I'm trying to protect my knight, but then what happened is I lost a rook. So I made the first mistake in this game. That is not a good move by any means whatsoever. That was horrible. Yeah, that was just a horrible move there. We need to, yeah, we just need to get something moved out somewhere. Let's move, let's just move the bishop here. I don't know. This is actually quite scary. Now that I've lost one of my rooks, I'm at a huge piece disadvantage. I was very concerned with protecting the knights. Now time will tell whether or not it was good to protect the knight, because according to the point system that some random fool made up, they believe that rooks are more important than knights, and I can see why, because of their use in checkmating. But the knights are very tricky. So let's hope that, even though I made a mistake by allowing my rook to get killed, I also successfully defended my knight. So what will it be? What will really happen in this game? Because the game is not over yet. You know, things will still happen in this game. Yeah. So we wait my opponent's move. That's the thing to do. Oh, hey, we have a commenter. So DeLuna012 says, "Hey, how are you doing today?" I'm doing fine, DeLuna. I am great. Do you play chess by any chance? Because if you play chess, on Lead Chess, we could play together. Oh, my opponent just moved. Oh. Okay. Oh, dude. Dude, man. Oh, good lord. Okay. Okay, so now okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to block that attack on that knight by advancing this pawn. Let's see if that was any good. I've lost a rook, but I'm still in the game. The game's not over till the fat lady sings. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. DeLuna says was going to switch the stream because you weren't replying to me, lol. No, I haven't any experience of this game. Interesting. So you've never played chess, the greatest board game of the world. And also, just for you to know, if I'm not replying to you immediately, it could be because I don't have the window of OBS. I have to switch to OBS Studio to see the comments because it's kind of a weird setup because I like to have my eyes on the chessboard while I'm playing, but I also need to remember to come back and check the comments. I need to check the comments. Yeah, okay. So here we go. They have just moved that bishop there, which allows me to capture it. Okay, I'll take the bishop. So, have you at least heard of chess before? Because somehow you came across yes, chess is also a focusing game. Yes, it is about steely focus. To be a chess warrior, you must have steely focus. Yeah, I definitely recommend learning chess. In fact, I can teach you a lot myself. Ah, you have friends that play it. Dylan says, my friend played it a lot. Okay. Yeah, I love chess because I am a person who likes to concentrate and think. So now this is just turning very interesting here. Like, I don't know what's happening. They let me take their bishop. I'm surprised they let me take their bishop, but they already killed my rook. So that okay. This bishop. Where do I want to move my bishop to? Oh wait. If I move it there, it's kind of trapped there. That's not good. So I actually need to move it somewhere a little bit safer. Maybe just a little bit safer somewhere. Wait, how about right here? Yeah, because now see this bishop has a lot of different directions it can go in, but it's safe for right now. Okay, so that's very good. Yeah, but Dylan says, but I don't have any interest in this game. By the way, I saw your Facebook and sent you a friend request. Oh, well, thank you for the friend request. Yeah, I usually accept friend requests on Facebook. I don't know who most of the people are, but hey, people like to follow my content. But if you don't like chess, can I ask what kind of games you are interested in? Because maybe there's some other games that we both play that we could have fun playing together sometime. Because I do play Minecraft and Terraria sometimes. I also play shogi, which is Japanese chess, but you probably are not interested in that. And Tetris. How can I forget Tetris? Tetris is totally the thing. Do you like Tetris by any chance? uh, and thanks for the friend request. Yeah, but yeah, there are options here. Okay, they moved the rook there. They totally moved that rook. Wow. Guys, this is turning kind of funky. This is interesting because here we have a, let's attack the knight. Yeah, let's just attack the knight there and hope for the best. Oh yeah, I play all kinds of games. Let's see. They said, yeah, I just started MHW, but my PC isn't supporting it. Nowadays, I'm just watching MHW streams. Yeah, I play Tetris, I play chess, I do Minecraft, I I do a lot of games. In fact, I have a huge collection on Steam. Um, I'm mostly into puzzle games though. I also play Puyo Puyo and a clone of Panel de Pon. So they may not be your genre, but I have a lot of games. And now, can you tell me what MHW is? What's MHW? Is that the title or is that an acronym? Is that Monster Hunter World? Oh, now, okay. Monster Hunter. I don't know about that game, but when this chess game is over, if I win or lose this chess game, um I can look up a Monster Hunter World. Maybe I'll like it. I'm curious about it. Ooh, wow. Okay. Yikes. Well, so there's that. I can kill that rook, but then they can also kill they can also kill my rook. Hmm. Ooh, wow. Wow, dude. Dude. Okay, let's trade the rooks and just see what happens. Because that leaves me without a rook, which I don't like at all. I don't like to be without my rook. Oh man, this game just got intense. Okay, so if either of these knights move, I'm kind of in trouble. So I'm thinking of just moving this. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move the bishop here and attack the rook. I'm gonna see if that works. Because where will the rook move to? It'll have to retreat somewhere. I need to get my pawns moved. We have pawns kind of blocking each other. Whoa, dude. Yeah. Let's see. Monster Hunter World. It's a pretty good game. It's a new game. It's coming out in February. Yeah, you should try it. Are you playing on PC? Yeah, I play pretty much all my games on PC, but I also have a Nintendo Switch. I just am not really, I guess you could say that I'm just not very much into console gaming, I guess you would call it. I'm more about the PC. I'm more about, having a computer with a keyboard. I like being able to also multitask and do other things. I like to be able to chat with my friend Jamie on Minecraft, for instance. I like to write notes about a certain game. If I win a certain game, I like to, make notes on it. I also love to record videos and stream, obviously. So I have a lot of games. Um, and what I could do is once this chess game is over, I could then show you my collection of games on Steam. And I must tell you, most of my games that I have on Steam, I didn't buy them. My friend Jamie in England, he bought me so many games that I never have time to play. Also, I don't have the disk space because this laptop, it only had 250 megabytes or whatever. I mean gigabytes. But now the space is filled up because Windows 11 is a huge hog, and with the games and programs, I have like all the Adobe tools because I'm also a college student and I have all kinds of crazy stuff going on here, so it's kind of just bizarre. Let's see here. Let's move this knight here and just see what happens. See, I don't have a plan yet. Guys, I don't even know what I'm doing in this game. I only know that my opponent has less time than I do, and so yeah, I could win on time. I could totally do that. But yeah, oh yeah. So Deluna012 asks, so what are you studying? Yes, I actually am a creative writer. I'm a creative writing student. I was in game business and esports science and learning about the video game industry and trying to get into a video game company line of work. But then I switched to creative writing because I'm creative and I write things. I've written books, I have blogs, I even wrote some blogs on leechess.org. But on all of my social media, I'm writing something. It might be about chess, it might be about Tetris. It could be about LGBT rights too. It could be. I write a lot. I write and I like to sing sometimes just for fun. I'm not really a good singer, mind you, but if you look at my Facebook now, a lot of it's chess recently, but I also make music with artificial intelligence. DeLuna says, "Nice to meet you, sir." Well, nice to meet you too, DeLuna. I used to be a sir, but now I'm kind of a hybrid. See, my father is a man, my mother's a woman, and I'm transgender. I'm half and half. Okay. They just moved their knight there. Why would they do that? They totally moved their knight there. So I could take that knight. I could do that. In fact, that might be the thing to do. Or I could just totally ignore that and move the knight over here because I don't want to lose my knight. I could trade knights, but I don't feel like I want to do that, so I'm still trying to win this chess game, by the way. So do you publish your books as well? Yes, I do actually. I've published like 5, 6, 7 books. If you get on Amazon and if my books are actually published under both of my names. My original my legal name is Chandler Klebs is my legal name. But then you could also look for Chastity White Rose, which is my transgender chosen name. So if you look for those on Amazon, in fact, you probably get better results going with Chandler Klebs because I am the only Chandler Klebs in the whole world, but there's other people named Chastity Rose. So yeah, so just definitely look up my name on Amazon. I'm also if you do you have iPhone or Android? Because my books are also some of my books are also published on their bookstores. Like there's like the Google Books of Android. Probably if you look, yeah, okay. If you have an iPhone, then go to like the bookstore. Like there's the iBook store. If you look for Chastity White Rose or maybe Chandler Clips, I'm not sure what it's under on that platform, but I did publish my Chandler's Honesty series of books. Yeah, I also iPhones are great, aren't they? iPhones are just really, really great. Ooh, now the knight moved there. Oh, dude, I could take it, but I don't wanna. Oh man. Okay, this is driving me insane, man. Okay, I'm going to move this. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to move this right there and defend the bishop. That's what I'm going to do. Wow. I may still win this game. I may still win this chess game. It's a lot of fun. But also, I want you to know, Deluna, 012, that it means a lot that you joined my stream. It really does. Because I just got through explaining about the Queen's Gambit chess opening for over an hour, and I had nobody watching me, you know? And it was kind of sad. But of course, people will watch the videos later on my Facebook and YouTube and all that. Oh, wow. Okay, so now. Oh, okay. So here's the thing, guys. So now I have this knight here being attacked by this rook. And I can move the knight, but as soon as I do, then I run into this problem of that this pawn gets killed. I don't like that at all. So instead, I'm just going to move this knight here to protect the other knight. So we have this rook that's in my territory, and we have my opponent also has a dark squared bishop, but it's kind of trapped. Like it can't really go to this side of the board because there's so many pawns in the way. So the bishop is useless, and they're trying to fight me with this rook. Dude, this is insane, man. But I feel like I'm gonna need to move this pawns somewhere so it's not in line, because eventually this knight will move. So I need to be prepared for that kind of thing. Yeah. Yes. DeLuna says, it's a pleasure for me that I'm your today's first viewer. That's right. You are my first viewer of this particular stream. And I call my business Chastity's Chess Challenge. That's the name of my stream. And but I play other games too. I will be showing you some other games, I promise. Wait, do you play Final Fantasy? I mean, Final Fantasy, of course, is single player, but I love the pixel remaster of the Final Fantasy games because I really love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VI is my favorite of the series. Final Fantasy, the RPG. I also play. I used to play RuneScape a lot. I used to play some RuneScape here. Okay. Okay, they just moved that pawn there. That is what they have just done. Ooh. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Okay, I'm going to move this king here and threaten the rook. The rook is now forced to move somewhere, so they can't do anything with that pawn yet. So I'm going to scare away the rook, but yes. Yeah, no, I didn't play, but I heard about this game. So at least you've heard of Final Fantasy. Because of my PC, I can't play any game right now. I'm trying to upgrade my PC. So is your PC just like really old and slow, or because there may be games that still run on even an older computer. Obviously, I recommend chess because chess runs on everything, including my phone. But okay, much slow. Yeah, that's very sad. Um, yeah, sounds like you may need a new PC. Or you could also try installing Linux and seeing if it breathes any new life into it. Um, okay, so the rook had just gone there, and we're going to, yeah, I'm just going to start getting some of these pawns moved. Just going to start moving the pawns, and then I'm going to see what my opponent decides to do. Okay, they captured that. Okay, so now they've done that, and see, I can capture back, but then that means that they are able to then kill the pawn. So I'm going to lose another pawn regardless of what I do. So with that being the case, okay, it's still not the worst thing in the world. Not really. It's not the worst thing, but hmm. Okay, we're just gonna take that pawn, and we're just gonna see what happens. We're totally gonna see what happens. Now, I don't want to lose this pawn, and I could move the pawn, but I also was thinking I'm gonna do something risky. I'm going to move this knight here, and I'm gonna pray to God here that this bishop doesn't kill my knight, because I don't want it to happen. But it's also targeting the other knight. Okay, so now I get to kill the bishop with that pawn. Okay, but this is okay. So it looks like I'm losing this game just because they have a rook, I have one knight, and they have 6 pawns. I have 5 pawns. So I'm at a slight disadvantage. Oh, yes, do you have your own website for your books? Actually, I do have a website, chastitywhiterose.com. Let's see, chastitywhiterose.com. And you can read on there, you can read the first three parts of my Chandler's Honesty story. And there's also another story that's not in a book yet, but it's about a guy named Chad, a fictional guy named Chad. Um, he's a soccer player. Um, huh. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm in a bad position here, guys. Okay. Yeah, this is wild. I don't want to lose that pawn, but I'm going to lose this pawn here. So this whole thing is just stupid. Where am I going to go with this knight? Honestly, there's no good place. I'm losing my pawns. I'm losing this game, man. Plus, I'll admit I was a bit distracted too because I have a wonderful follower here. And I have another website that I just started about chess, but since you're not interested in chess, you probably wouldn't like it. But definitely, chess is a great game. If you ever do decide to get into it, just let me know. Hmm. So let's see here. Hmm. There's got to be some way. It's very hard to navigate this. Okay, I'm just gonna move the knight. I'm going to move the knight, but I'm losing here. I'm losing here because there's not really a solid way to take down this rook. Not unless my opponent makes a major mistake. I'm still going to put up the best fight of my life. Most players would resign, but I teach my students not to resign here. You don't want to resign. Don't just give up because that's really lame. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of lame to just give up. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna move this knight here. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna move the knight there, and I could still win this game if my opponent runs out of time before I do. Luna says it's too simple but looks nice. Well, I like simplicity. I mean, I feel like the more stuff you add to a website, the longer it takes to load and then crashes your computer. And since writing is kind of my big thing, um, having stuff I write on there is kind of the bit one of the big points there. That just seems like kind of the thing. So let's see. I'm going to try to focus on this chess game just for right now because it looks kind of like I am. Yeah, I'm kind of in this weird case here. The king is trying to go there. Huh. Very interesting. What's happening in this game, man? Like, this is some strange stuff going on. They're probably going to get a pawn to the other side and get a queen. That's probably something that will happen here. I don't know what's going to happen, man. This is wild. This is turning to be a very strange game. But I'm going to win or lose this game because the time limit guarantees that the game has to end. Because my opponent has less than 4 minutes and I have less than 7 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, let's come over here. Let's do that. Let's just come over there right now. Huh. By the way, do you stream daily? Um, actually, if I had my way, I would stream every day. I totally would but I live with my mom and another person, and so they're always demanding things of me, so I don't really get to stream every day. Besides, I'm a busy Walmart employee and college student, so I don't always have the opportunities to do things I would like. But if I had my way, and someday, if I can ever afford to have my own place, um, I probably would stream every day. Just saying. This is just weird, man. Hmm. Yeah, where am I gonna even go here? This is weird. Like, dude, they can totally take that pawn. They can do that. My king's in trouble now. I'm probably gonna lose this game. I made mistakes earlier. Mistakes. Oh, hey, Dilute. Hey, Diluted, did you just follow me? Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot to follow you. Okay, well, thank you for following me. That means you'll be notified when I do try to start streaming, you know? So hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully you'll be able to join me in future streams, but I do like to at least do one good stream, you know what I mean? Like one really good stream per week. Um yeah, this is just weird, man. Like this game, I'm probably gonna get checkmated here, but at least the game will end and then I can move on to other things. But of course, I'm gonna try to resist getting checkmated. I'm not just gonna resign. Most people would resign a long time ago. Um, hmm. Yeah, my king like has nowhere to go. This is bizarre. It's actually really bizarre. Cause see, my king is trapped down there. Okay. Hey, I get to wait. If I do that, then it's checkmate. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to put the king in check. I'm just going to put the king in check. I'm going to lose this game because I'm going to be checkmated as soon as this pawn turns into a queen there. I'm going to lose. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much this game is over. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to lose here. That was actually a really good chess game. So now that game is over, I'm going to let me show you my collection of other games, okay? So do you work as well within the studies? Yeah, see, I work full time at Walmart and I take care of my mom, and I do online school with Full Sail University. So yes, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just switch to desktop view here. And here we are at my desktop. So we have OBS Studio here, and hopefully you'll be able to see everything here. So now I'm going to, well, I have an interesting desktop, don't I? I have a lot of icons on here. We're going to open Steam. We're going to open Steam, and you're about to see my huge collection of PC games, most of which I never played, but that Jamie bought me anyway. But there's some really good games here. Um, yeah, just gotta load up the Steam, and we're just gonna see how it goes. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? What do we have? All right. So if you look at these games, I have, okay, there's Chastress, there's Melvor Idol, there's Old School RuneScape, Puyo Puyo Champions. I got chess stuff. I've got Final Fantasy. I have all kinds. I have Tetris Effect Connected. I have Tetris Forever. I have a lot of chess. Okay. Now, these are only the games I have installed right now. I have more games. I'm just switching back here because just to read your comments there. I want to be able to read your comments here. Actually, let me try something. I'm going to reduce the size of this window here so that can I still read the comments? Can I still read the comments? It's difficult. Is there a way to pop out the chat? Yeah, how do I Oh, interesting. Now the chat is funny looking. I have not figured out how to master the chat here. I haven't really figured it out. But just so you know, I'm still going to be trying to check your comments. That's just how do I get it back, guys? I want it back where it was. I need my OBS Studio is completely glitching out here. It's totally glitching out here. How do I dock this back? Guys, I think I messed up my my overlay here. Well, wait. Oh, it's a separate window now? Oh, it's a separate window. Hey, I like this. I like this. I like now the chat is its own little window. Yes. Yeah, okay. Let me just see, can I okay, there now we have the full chat here. I have the full chat here. And that's actually pretty good. Now I see the whole chat. So, but let me show you. If I turn off this filter, then you can see I have a lot more games here. I have a lot of games that I have Pac-Man. I've got Pac-Man. I've got Borderlands 2 and 3. I don't have the disk space to install them right now. There's Cave Story. Man, there's Champions. I have so many games. I have a lot of games. I have some Mega Man games, actually. I have some Mega Man games. I have Octopath Traveler. Um, I also have Please Teach Me One Dari Shogi, but that's Shogi. You're probably not into that. Wait, let me go back to the comments. Hey, do you have you ever played RuneScape? Have you ever played RuneScape in your life? Because it's actually a lot of fun. I'm just checking the chat to see if you play RuneScape because maybe you've played it, maybe you haven't, but I have. I like RuneScape. I'm considering. Okay, I'm considering the possibility of loading up RuneScape. It's an RPG where you walk around the world and you talk to real people. There's a chat on there as well. You fight monsters, that kind of a thing. That's fun. Also, now the game, if I had a choice, the game I would show you would be Tetris Forever because Tetris is what I'm really good at. Um, actually, here's an idea. I'm going to show you my favorite video game ever, Tetris. Oh wait, oh I forgot. I made my own. I forgot. I published. This is my game. I published this game on Steam. It's called Chastress. It's my own Tetris game I made. Also, I am a computer programmer. I don't know if I mentioned that before. So I'm gonna launch my own game here. And okay, we're gonna launch this. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. What do we got here? Now, this is the title screen of my own game that I made. Hopefully you can see this right. But I made the title screen just like everything else. and I just turned the music off. I gotta. What? Let me get back to the chat. What did you think about that? My Tetris game is different than other Tetris games because mine doesn't have any gravity. You have to press down to get the blocks to fall down. You know what I'm saying? So my Tetris game works differently than other Tetris games. Also, there's more than one song. Like for example, if I press N, here's a different song. Pretty cool, huh? And the spinning square is just for decoration and to look pretty, basically, kind of like the flashing rainbow text. It's actually really cool. But now keep in mind, this Tetris game, you can move up, down, left, or right. You can rotate the blocks. Oh, you got the game and now you want to play it? Yeah, that's right, because my game is free on Steam, and it's meant to be work on very low resources computers. Like this should run on any Windows computer, but it even runs on Linux. It was originally programmed on Linux, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let me explain how to move the blocks. So the arrow keys on the keyboard move up, down, left, and right, and then the X, okay, so the X and Z keys rotate it. So if I press X, it rotates it this way. And if I press Z, it rotates it the reverse direction. And also you can swap. Notice it says hold there at the left under this. So you can switch, you can hold a block for later use. So if you don't know, if I have this block and I don't know what I want to do with it, I can swap it with another block, and then I can place another block first, and then I could do something like, now if I want to swap it and I want to place it down later, it's based on the hold feature from real Tetris games. I mean, this is a real Tetris game, but it's the one I made. It's just not licensed by the Tetris company. So there's that little issue. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is cool. So the idea of this Tetris game is it's meant to be relaxing, because a lot of Tetris games are designed in this way where they just it keeps getting faster until you lose because the blocks hit the ground before you could have a chance to move them. And I find that stupid. I like this because it just works. Yeah, my idea, see, I had a friend who loved Tetris, but they couldn't play at the higher speeds. And so I'm like, what if I made a Tetris game where there's no gravity? The pieces stay exactly where they are until you move them. You know what I'm saying? So it stays where it is. So yeah, this game is free on Steam for anybody to download, and it's kind of cool because you can just kind of clear the lines, go at your own pace, and you can just keep playing all you want. It's meant for relaxing. Part of what I love about this is, notice that because the blocks are not falling, I can read your chat. Now that I have it as a separate window, I can read the chat of what you're saying. Oh, it's Chase Tris. Okay. Oh, actually, it's right here. Notice where the flashing text here, the rainbow colors, Chase Tris. So it's the reason it's called chaste tris is because chaste chaste is the root. root word of chastity. And it means pure. It means pure. So the idea here is that this is meant to be pure. It's based on my name, Chastity, but it's also meant to be pure Tetris without the gravity just speeding up and stressing you out, and without all of like Tetris Effect Connected is not good if you have epilepsy and seizures. I don't have epilepsy, but I know people who do. So Tetris Effect Connected has all these distracting animations, and well, this has one animation that has that square, of course, because it's a spinning white square. What's not to like about a square? And if you look at it, every Tetris block is made up of 4 squares. And the rainbow text, I put a lot of effort into the code that did that. It's incredible. So yeah, this game will just be free for you to download. It's totally cool because also I'm going to close this game and then I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you the source code. So anybody who has this game, if you download this game, it's in your library. Go to properties. Let's see here, installed files, and you browse the installed files of this game. If you go in here, you see that all the source code of the game is here. All of the source code is here. So, for example, this file that's 6 kilobytes, this is all of the code that went into the flashing colors. I have my own routine, my own functions. This is all the C programming language. It's all here. All the code of the entire game is all here. And the music files here. The music files are from OC Remix. And I'm allowed to use them as long as I credit the authors. And see, there's the README for the music. So it tells where you can download those songs. They're in the archive here when you download the game. They're included, but you can also go and find the original to download on OC Remix. So there's the music, and now the font. Okay, the font is actually interesting. Now, okay, how do I get? Okay, this is the font that the game uses. It's a special font file. It's actually just a bitmap, and my program uses this font here because it's meant to look retro. It's meant to look pixelated. So that's where the text comes from. So everything here is just incredible. SDL2.dll and SDL2 mixer.dll. The mixer is about the music, but SDL is what it's written in. The C programming language, but it includes the SDL library. I'm including the SDL headers. Here sets the width and height of the window, 1280 by 720, standard YouTube resolution, basically the frames per second, 60. I don't expect you to understand all this unless you're a programmer, but just saying, the entire source code is included. So I'll close out that, and I'll go back to the chat. But basically, this game is free, and anybody who downloads this game, they can view the entire source code. And you might wonder, why would I provide the whole source code? That's because I believe in free and open source. This game is still mine. It's still my game that I wrote. Oh, yeah, I can understand your code because I'm learning programming. That's cool. If you like computer programming, then we're going to get along just fine, DeLuna. It's amazing. But see, the history of how I ended up making this Tetris game is because I already played Tetris for a long time, actually. I totally played a lot of Tetris. So how about I show you an example? I want to show you an example. I want to do this right if I can. I want to show you what it looks like when I play a regular Tetris game. When I play a regular Tetris game, what kind of thing happens? For example, let's try, okay, I could go with Puyo Puyo Tetris because that's fun, but I could also do Tetris Forever. But I feel like I'll get better performance computer-wise with Puyo Puyo Tetris. So let me show you. Puyo Puyo Tetris is actually really cool here because it's actually 2 games in one. So I'm gonna try to set this up right. I'm gonna launch Puyo Puyo Tetris, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I'm playing some actual Tetris here. I'm gonna show you this. Also, let me check on OBS Studio. Let me see here. Can you hear? Wait, are you able to hear me? I'm trying to check this. Okay. Oh yeah, my audio input capture is still there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Oh hey, I figured out how to get the chat back where it was at. That's super cool. Wow. That is cool. But you know what? It was kind of cool having it as its own separate window too. I kind of like that because okay, oh, now we got Puyo Puyo Tetris launching. Okay, oh, there we are. Here's Puyo Puyo Tetris here. Okay, yes. I'm gonna set this up, man. I'm gonna set this up. I need to get the chat window. I want the yeah. Let's get the chat as big as I can. I'm not sure how big I want it for sure, but yeah, like this is actually pretty cool here because I'm going to yeah, because I want to be able to show the game, but as soon as I try to get wait, that's Steam. I don't want that. I want to be able to show the game, but also the chat at the same time. So I'm going to try to set this up just right. I'm going to try to set this up because I want to be able to still read your comments while I'm playing the game. And I've just about got it. I've just about got it here. Because see, the chat is part of the OBS Studio window here. So, but at least now I can kind of see it. Wait a minute, I just realized the way to do this. Okay, the way to do this is probably just to make this bigger here. And then if I do, okay, now we've got it. I just have to adjust the layout. Excuse the all of that. I just trying to figure it out. So now you can see me playing Puyo Puyo Tetris here, but I can still see what you're saying at the same time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to, for example, the solo arcade. I'm going to go to the solo arcade here. And let's do a match of me against endurance match. Let me just try an endurance match. An endurance match is where I fight against as many computer players in a row as I can before I die. Actually, there's no death in Tetris. I just top out. That's all it is. So look at this here. So here, okay, let's see here. Let's do something funky, like yeah, okay. Let's do just something completely bizarre. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Yeah, very interesting. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's just try this. We're just gonna see how this goes. See, I'm distracted, so I'm playing a little bit funny here. But yeah, we're just gonna do that and that and that and that, that, that. Yes. See, now I'm just playing some regular Tetris on an official Tetris game. And as you see, I know how to play the original Tetris, basically. So we're gonna do something kind of funny here. We're gonna do some bizarre stuff. We're gonna do there T-spin. Yeah. And okay, so there's a combo I like to do when I'm playing Tetris. This is what Tetris is like for most people. Obviously, my game, Tetris, is based on this idea. Of course, there's no computer opponents in mine. Mine is meant to be pure relaxation. Wait, ooh, I messed up there. That was stupid. Yes, there we go. There's that. Then there's that. There's that. That. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, there we go. There's that. There's that. There's that. Yes, there we go. There's that. There's that. Yes. There's that. 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 Yes, I just love it. Come on, you gotta admit, Tetris is pretty cool. Can we be friends on Discord? Yes, we can. Now, I'm not on Discord very often because I have to load it and then I can't play games while Discord is going on because then things are popping up, sound notifications in Discord. So I like almost never open Discord, but we can still be friends on Discord. And then if there was some reason that I needed to get on Discord, I could see your messages. So that's totally an option. Although I don't really know how to add a friend on Discord. I am Discord challenged, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. There's that, that, that. Yes. Now, let's see. How many computer opponents have I defeated so far here? Because the interface is a little bit funny. I'm not sure here, but I'm just having fun playing. I'm just having fun playing. So which social do you mostly? Okay, mostly Instagram. Like I have a lot of followers on Instagram because, I I upload a lot of my Tetris and chess stuff to Instagram. It's just something I do a lot of the time. So definitely Instagram. If you search my username, Chastity White Rose on Instagram, then okay. I went in the wrong spot there. Like I held the button for too long. That's what it was. Yeah. Ooh, wow. But I mean, come on, this is pretty cool. Just playing some Tetris. But anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll step out of this. I'll get out of this game. But the point is, I wanted to show you what Tetris is like, in an official license game. It's actually a lot of fun. So actually, let me show you something. I'm going to open my web browser and I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to go here and here's my link tree. I play chess, I write books, and sometimes I talk to a unicorn named Honesty. So this goes to my website, chastitywhiterose.com. This goes to my Twitch channel, which you're already on. This goes to my Lead Chess account, my Let's Show Game. Oh, and also my music on Bandcamp. I have my music, I have my YouTube channel. Okay, let me copy the link here because if I put this, wait, where did the chat go? Yeah, oh my, come on, where did the chat go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so yeah, there is the link, and that link takes you right here. I do so much, and then this is Chase Triss on Steam, what I was just playing earlier. Yeah, I have everything. I've got a lot on here. So you might like some of my music. Yeah, you have many talents at the same time. Yes, I do. I have a lot of talents. Now, I use artificial intelligence to sing the songs, but I write the lyrics for the songs. So let me try. Hey, I know. Why don't I go to my YouTube channel? Or wait, is my Instagram on here? Is my Instagram even on here? Um, huh. Okay, let me look. I mean, YouTube is nice too, but my Instagram is fun too. So if I go to my Instagram here, then it's showing me. It's right now. It's showing me a video by Gotham Chess. because I follow a lot of chess content creators. Now, this is my profile. This is my chess profile here, Chastity Chess Challenge here. And so I have mostly chess stuff here, a lot of chess on here. But that's one account. I also have let's see here. If I just look for Chastity White Rose, okay. Let's go to my main Instagram account, because see here's what it is. I do a lot of AI music, and I do a lot of there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'll comment on current events, or sometimes I'll just post something completely random and silly. Like, I was trying this writing app. It's called Block Notes, and I wrote this. This is a block. I have no idea what I am doing with this app. Dude man, I'm a dude man. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. They a dude. We're all dudes, yeah. Chess is for people of every kind. So that's just me being completely silly, obviously. Okay. If you don't, so on which topic do you write books most of the time? Well, yeah. Yeah, but you know what? I have a lot of content on. Okay, let me go over my books. Okay, let's go to Amazon.com, and let's just go over my books here, because if you look for Chandler Klebs, you're probably going to find my stuff. So I've published art books. I have a coloring book that people can color. I've published these two art books. I have this. This is the first book of my Chandler's Honesty series. Here's my first book ever, Confessions of a Confused Virgin. Where did sex come from and where is it going? The stars happen, shape happens, the vow of chastity. This one is really funny. This one is funny with the orangutan. It's called Irrelevant. And let's go to this page here. Some things are relevant, others are not. Some I remember, the rest I forgot. I always did love to rhyme, and then it's showing me stuff because I've been looking at like showy stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff on here because it's showing me in my account. But okay, I'm gonna go here because if I were to recommend you read something I've written, it would be this book series, Chandler's Honesty 4-book series. It's about my conversations with Honesty the Unicorn. So I have these books. There are 4 books in this series. The first one has parts 1, 2, and 3, and then after that is more specific that happens after the other first book and stuff. But also, you don't have to buy these books if you want to read some of it, because if we just go to chastitywhiterose.com, and if you go here now, here I have the story of Chad, for instance, which is fun. So if we go to the story of Chad, you can read what I've written so far of this story of about a man named Chad who lives in a small town. He's based on me slightly, but he's definitely different because he plays soccer and I don't. But then the Chandler's Honesty, you can read them on here. See, the first 3 posts here, and then it also has links to the books. So I have all kinds of stuff. So if we go to Chandler's Honesty Part 1, Chandler Meets a Unicorn, then there's Chapter 0, and it's like Chandler McClubbs was an old man. At least he felt old. He was 31 years old and had a good job, and and it goes on. And so this is like a lot. There's a lot here. So if you want to like read my Chandler's Honesty story, you don't even have to buy my books. This is available for free on my website, chastitywhiterose.com. There's a lot. Let me go back. So did you draw the characters as well? Actually, those images for those characters, I use open clip art a lot. I use open clip art to get realistic looking things. but it's like public domain, so anybody can use it. I do my own art, but I always draw geometric shapes. Like I don't typically draw things that look like humans or animals. Typically, I'm drawing polygons mostly and checkerboard type patterns. And so it's actually very cool, but there's a lot here. And this on my website about Chastity White Rose here, it tells a little bit about me. And I have categories for things related to transgender and unicorns and games. And I have a lot of stuff on here. I have a lot of posts on here. Now, this is Confused Virgin. Um, it talks about my first book there. It's not on the website itself, but it's a short book. And then this is a page about Chastity's Chess Challenge. And I was explaining some things about different openings. I started like a book project that I never finished. So there's just a lot there. There's a lot of things going on. But yeah, basically, I do a lot of different things. And thank you for asking me all these questions too. So do you do art? Yes, I do a lot of art. I do a lot of art here. For example, let me show you my archive of my art that I've made here. Because I have, if I go to Documents, if I go to Big USB Backup, the Inkscape artist. So I have a lot of art here, and it's categorized, into different sections. So if I go here, so 1 through 60, I have 60 pictures in this folder. Let's see, I wanna just view details. Wait. I'm having a hard time understanding how this works. Okay, let's just click view. View details. Okay, I'm gonna show you some art here. I'm gonna totally show you some art. And for example, here's a cool picture I made. It's based on the checkerboard, obviously. Here's another one based on the checkerboard inside a hexagon. This is, I don't know what the heck you call this. This is a whole lot of triangles and circles, is what that is. Here's a rainbow donut. I called out the 12 color rainbow donut. Everything. Like, I've got tons of art. Tons and tons of art. And I made all this stuff, believe it or not. It's actually, there's my butterfly. I call this the gay butterfly. It's hilarious. Oh, another checkerboard. In case you can't tell, like, can you tell I'm obsessed with checkerboards? Like, isn't this wild? Yes, I do a lot of art here. Yeah, a lot. Tons and tons of art. Hexagons. There's a black cat. There's a pumpkin, a happy pumpkin with a face. Here's a hexagon donut of many colors. Wow. Here's a hexagon spiral. Like, dude, I have so look at this. Music 72 gone. It's a quarter note with a bow in its hair and whole notes for eyes and teeth. It's piano. Like, I do so much art. Night and day skies. I have everything. I have so much. I have so much here. I have so much. They're just way too much. Way too much art. I love this one. I have so much art. Dude, I've forgotten what an artist I am. Like, dude. Okay. I really like your art. You have neat and clean art. I'll show you. I'm gonna create some fresh art right now. Oh wait, if you don't mind, would you like to check out my artwork? Hey, do you have a link to your artwork? Because if you have a link to your artwork, I will go there and visit your artwork right here on the screen. I will totally do that for you. Yeah, just put a link in the chat if you can. Because if you do, I'll look at your art too. So you've looked at my art. Nice. Very nice, dude. This is why I do Twitch. People, this is why I do Twitch, because I can have a conversation with somebody who's watching me live. We can talk about art, music, poetry, whatever. Like, this is great. This is one of the best streams I have ever had in my life. Okay, digitalsponge.us portfolio. Let's see here. Digitalsponge.us portfolio. Oh, wow. Interesting. I'll bookmark this site. Okay, there's a frog with a hammer. Whoa. Hey, you did an animation that includes an animation of Mario with the mushroom and the Goomba? Like, dude, comics? Okay, I want to know about the comics. Like, dude, what kind of website is this? Oh, you have comics? Whoa, amazing. What is, dude, okay, let me click on this one. Neo Central, a city of dreams and machine. Whoa, let's see what the, well, when I click on it, it goes away. That's weird. Oh, it's kind of small. Wow, you made all of this stuff? Whoa, dude. Dude, this is some cool stuff. See, I can't draw people. I only draw geometric shapes. You've seen my geometric shapes. But now I'm seeing that, yeah, yeah, I do animations as well. Yeah, that's so cool that you do animations like that. Yeah, I made all of them for my clients. Wow. So you're like an artist and you do some major stuff. That's cool. I do like to make some animations myself. Most of the time they're chess related. Wow, but this is some cool art. So, um, let's see here. What all is this site? So, services. What do you have here? Wow, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Oh, here's an anime girl. Oh, I can't click on that. It doesn't do anything. But like that, this is really cool. So you have a lot of stuff here. You have animations. Oh wow, dude. Wow. You have a lot of stuff. Actually, let me go to deviantart.com. I have a DeviantArt gallery. I like never do much with it, but if we go to my gallery here, I have a lot of art on my gallery here. I'm looking for an animation here. Let's see which one is which, because there's a certain animation here that, let's see, favorites. Oh, that's things other people have made that I favorited. I just kind of wanted to show you um some wild stuff here. Yeah, but you see, this is a lot of the same art as what I showed you before, but I did some cool stuff. Oh, animations. Okay. So for example, I have let's see, where's my, okay, I have some animations here. I'm going to put the link to this page in the chat so that you can see. Yeah, check this out. So here is where I have spinning polygons. Now, is this a oh, I guess this one is not an animation, but it was in the animations. Okay, here is a rainbow spiral. This is a rainbow spiral that I made this animation. It's a GIF animation. I made it years ago in the PHP programming language, if I remember correctly. It's nice. So I do some funny animations myself. Um, but yeah, like dude, there's so much art to share. There's just so much art to share. Anyway, let me go back to your website. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Digital Sponge. Let's see. You wanted me to go to the realistic section. Um, Yeah, I don't know how to navigate your website yet, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's just a lot going on here. There's just so much. But I make animations like I'm gonna go to wait, let me go back to my link tree and I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel here because my YouTube channel has some interesting things. Okay, it starts autoplaying, which I don't really like. Let's see here. Where is my, let's see. I have a lot on here. I have a lot on here. Let's go to my shorts. Yeah, oh wait, oh here's a Tetris. Here's a but yeah. But you mean you get the idea, right? I have a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel. Let me I'm gonna copy the link here. I'm also just gonna put my YouTube. Do you know about editing? Yeah, actually, I see. I do a lot of video editing. I do a lot of video editing for my own stuff. For example, I'm gonna show you something that I made. I'm gonna go back to OBS Studio here. Okay, I'm gonna close the web browser for now, and I'm gonna go to OBS Studio. Wait, okay. Okay. I have to close. How do I get this? Have to get this out of the way, and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this.
Addressing sat down, chessboard in the light, pieces in a row, ready for the night. Every piece unique, knights roam around, bishop side oblique, soon the pawns surround. Checkmates and castles, battles on the squares. Trusted he's got the tactics, winning everywhere. Opponents get nervous, rooks move with speed. Chastity keeps her cool, focus indeed. She'll show you the websites where she likes to play. Just watch her screen highlights and you'll learn the way. Every move calculated, every step so clear. She's the queen of the board, no need to fear. We don't always make the best move, but the point of chess is to have fun. If you keep playing, you'll improve. You'll believe me when the game is done. Whether you're a powerful queen or just a slow moving pawn, soon you'll become a chess machine, playing in your dreams from dusk to dawn. Some people call chess a game, while others say it's a fight. Perhaps it's all the same, the dance of black and white. Chess is for people of every kind. It doesn't matter who or what you are. You have all the power in your mind. Learn to checkmate like a star.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? I put a lot of effort into writing the lyrics of that song. And then I had to make a lyric video. So I did a scrolling animation video there, and it's just way cool. So I have a lot of music. Would you believe I also made AI music based off of Final Fantasy VI? I could show you more of my music if you're interested. Yeah, I can see your efforts. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Deluna. This has been amazing. A lot of my recent content is chess, but I do Final Fantasy, I do Tetris, I do all kinds of things. Yeah, let me show you. Let's see here. I want to have a good example. Um, Let me go back to. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. I have the files on the computer. Um, Yeah, see, I have a lot of files on the computer, so I could play it here. Or wait, oh, I know what to do. I have albums on my Bandcamp. Okay, so my Bandcamp, I'm going to go to my desktop again. I'm gonna open the web browser. Well, actually, I'm gonna close Steam. I'm gonna close Steam because I'm done with it. Okay. And then I'm going to open my web browser and we're going to go to Bandcamp. I'm going to tell you about that one time at Bandcamp. Okay, so I have chess stuff, but I also have some Final Fantasy music. I have Final Fantasy music here, and none of this is from an actual Final Fantasy game. It's simply based off of the characters. It's based off of the characters. So, for example, I would write some script for something, and now this one is actually a tragic. Yeah, this is kind of tragic. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna do. Wait, I just realized I don't know if you could actually hear the music because when I'm switched to desktop. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. I just realized. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, yeah. I don't think you could actually hear because I don't know if I had the audio output capture on. So I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, let me explain here. So, I have an audio input capture and an audio output capture. So it's kind of tricky. Yeah, see, now you can hear me, but the music played, you couldn't hear it correctly. So what I need to do is I need to, but now that I'm switched to this scene, if I've turned on the audio output capture, but yeah, let's see here. I think you should make panels for your stream and put all of your efforts on Twitch, like a donation panel, social panel, about me panel. Yeah, there's a lot about Twitch I don't know how to do. There's a lot I don't know how to do, but let me okay, now that I'm in this scene, you can see me and you can I'm gonna try to play my favorite song from this album, and I'm gonna hope that it works. But I'm gonna mute my mic and just have
searching for her own light. Worlds collide inside her mind. Hidden truths await to find. Magic flows in her veins. Answers guide through the pain. Who am I in this endless sky? Heart of human, magic flies. Terror, soul it can't deny. Truth revealed in the night's cry. Voices call from distant lands. Familiar faces gripping hands. Lost but never truly gone. Lighting up the breaking dawn. Shadows whisper softly clear. Echoes faces gripping hands. Lost but never truly gone. Lighting up the breaking dawn. Shadows whisper softly clear. Echoes fade as hope draws near. Rise above the doubt and fear. Destiny's calling, hear it, hear. Can't remember where she's from, but in time the truth will come. In her trouble she meets friends with the power she transcends. Doesn't know what she's made of. Ask the question, can she love? Emotions she can't understand. Feel something that wasn't planned. Asking Vesper, who am I? Then turns pink and learns to fly. She's human and inspired by two. Racing through the sky so blue. She is the last ray of light. Against the empire she must fight. Innocent children she defends. With the help of all her friends.
Okay, yeah, that was wild, dude. That was wild. Yeah. Um, most people don't pay any attention to my AI music. Most people don't really care about it much, but there is one that there was a video of one of my AI songs that got a lot of views on YouTube. Um, let's see here. I bet I could find it. If I go to my YouTube channel, I'm going to search my videos. If I search my videos, is there a way to search the videos? Let's look for darkness. Okay, we're gonna look for darkness, darkness and light, darkness and light lyric video. Let's see, I could have sworn there was more than one. Yeah, darkness and light. I want to, interesting, because I have a lot on here, but for whatever reason, only this one is showing, but it'll still work. Well, wait. Okay, I have the audio output capture on. Oh, please tell me that did you make this video? Okay, I use Kdenlive. There's a video editor. It's free and open source called Kdenlive. And you can add your clips. It's like Premiere Pro, but easier for me to use because I'm not really good at Adobe. But now the songs, I used the Suno app to make the songs. I mean, I wrote the lyrics, but then had the AI sing it. But for the videos, like that Chastity's Chess Challenge, can you write the name in the chat? Yes. Okay, so Caden Live is the video editor. Suno is the AI music singing app. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll put those in the chat. And I'm gonna play for you this video because I had the song, but in order to make the video, I had to add the music into it, and then I had to put the lyrics on the screen. So I'm gonna play this for you, and you're gonna be amazed.
I'll tell a story in black and white. Darkness, love, light through the night. When light came close, darkness went away. In love they stayed but couldn't play. Shadows long and whispers low. Light would come and darkness go. Seeking balance side by side. Heartbeats race but worlds collide. Darkness and light, they wanted to be together forever, but never could see. In the presence of one, the other must leave. Yet heartstrings they tugged, in dreams they believed.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it because I'm going to show you the Suno app and how music is made. So I need to have an example of lyrics. Okay, so let me go here. I'm going to do something like, I'm going to go to Simple Note because Simple Note is the note writing app I use. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to switch to desktop view. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my audio output capture, and hopefully you'll see how this works, because what I have to do here is I have the Simple Note app, and here, okay, so here's Chastity the Tetris Queen. It's a song about me playing Tetris. And there's another Chess for All, and there's a lot of things. So let's see here. I have a lot of things here. Okay, so Tara's Journey Extended. See, I wrote all these lyrics here. I wrote all of this stuff. But hey, why don't I redo my wait a minute. Chastity's Chess. Well, that's not really written in lyrics format there. But let's do okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Chastity's Chess Challenge. So here's what I do is I'm gonna go to Suno. We're gonna go to suno.com, and I'm going to do something. I'm gonna do something here. So if I go to create, now the Suno app or website in this case, let's see, I clicked on create. Okay, here we are. So you can enter your own lyrics in custom mode. You can give it a song idea here if you just want to write have it generate a song for you. You give it a basic idea, or you can write your own lyrics here. I use the custom mode a lot. So if I first I'm going to put in my title, Chastity's Chess Challenge, and then I'm going to copy and paste the lyrics I wrote, because these are the lyrics to that song with the scrolling text video. I wrote these 8 verses here, and I'm putting the lyrics in here. And so I have the lyrics, I have the title of it, and then I can choose a style, or I can leave it blank, and we would see what we get. So we're going to create a brand new song. First of all, let me check. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Okay, you're still there. So I'm going to be switching back here, and we're just going to create a song using the lyrics with that title, Chastity's Chess Challenge. And I can make 5 songs a day. There's 50 credits there, and I can make 5 songs a day. So now it's just created this.
Chastity sat down, chessboard in the light, pieces in a row, ready for the night. Every piece unique, knights jump around, bishops slide oblique, soon the pawns surround. Checkmates and castles, battles on the squares. Chastity's got the tactics, winning everywhere. Opponents get nervous, rooks move with speed. Chastity keeps her cool, focused indeed. She'll show you the websites where she likes to play. Just watch her stream highlights and you'll learn the way. Every move calculated, every step so clear. She's the queen of the board, no need to fear. We don't always make the best move, but the point of chess is to have fun. If you keep playing, you will improve. You'll believe me when the game is done. Whether you are a powerful queen or just a slow-moving pawn, soon you'll become a chess machine, playing in your dreams from dusk to dawn. Opponents get nervous, rooks move with speed. Chastity keeps her cool, focused indeed. She'll show you the websites where she likes to play. She likes to trust, watch her stream highlights, and she'll highlight and learn the way. The Chastity sat down, chessboard in the light, pieces in a row, ready for the night. Every piece unique, knights jump around.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the idea, right? Like, you can put in your lyrics and then you can make it sing anything you want. Like, for example, I'm going to see if I can I copy paste the chat? I'm just gonna totally I'm gonna copy the text of this chat, and I don't know what kind of nonsense we're gonna come up with here. I'm just gonna put the chat in. Okay, this is gonna be really messed up. Okay, this is really messed up because this is literally your chat messages. So I'm gonna just put those in as if it were lyrics to a song, which it is not, mind you. And it's going to attempt to make a song out of this, which it's gonna be crap, but it just to show you that you can put in any text.
The 30 tweet recap 20 tweet Luna I want to do. I can't believe that you made it. 143 tweet recap 20 tweet Luna I want to do. Pretty good. 143 tweet recap 20 tweet Luna I want to do. Please tell me, how did you make this video? Can you write the name in the chat? Broadcaster Chastity Wideros. Team Live is the video editor. 145 Broadcaster Chastity Wideros. Suno is the AI music singing app. How did you make this AI video? Yes. Yes. 43 to Twitch recap 2024 Deludo 122. I can't believe that you made it. You made it.
That was hilarious. Like, dude, from now on, I'm your IG fan. Oh man, you're an amazing person. Well, thank you, Deluna. Okay, hey, Deluna, I'm gonna show you something. Okay, so Deluna 102. Deluna 102. Okay. I'm gonna write a brand new song, at least a short one. Okay. I'm going to just I'm gonna create a brand new note, a blank note, I want you to see. Okay, so a new Twitch follower is going to be the title. Chastity did a chess stream. Okay, Chastity did a chess stream to teach the world was her dream. A user named DeLuna102 joined the chat. After they, let's see, yeah, after they found where the action was at. Chastity talked to DeLuna while she played chess. Many windows were open, and Chastity's hair was a mess. Let's see here. Okay. Luna asked Chastity if she played other games. Let's see. What rhymes with games? She opened Steam and showed all of their names. Yeah. Chastity did a chess stream to teach the world was her dream. A user named Luna102 joined the chat after they found where the action was at. Chastity talked to DeLuna while she played chess. Many windows were open and Chastity's hair was a mess. DeLuna asked Chastity if she played other games. She opened Steam and showed all of their names. Oh, this is good. Yeah. Cool. No 012. Okay, make a song on me. No 012. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's remove those 012. Okay. A user named DeLuna joined the chat. Chastity did a chess stream. Okay, so we have DeLuna. I need to write one more verse before I at least make a short song of this. The two talked for hours about games and art. And art. I almost wrote fart. Yeah, the two talked for hours about games and art. Chastity told DeLuna that she worked at Walmart. Let's see here. Chastity. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. I need something for the third verse. Yeah, the two talk for hours about games and art. Chastity told DeLuna that she worked at Walmart. Okay, this is getting good. This is good. Like, this is some gold content here. Okay, so Um, the stream was perfect, and nothing went wrong. At the end, Chastity wrote DeLuna a song. Okay, this is good. A new Twitch follower. A new Twitch follower named DeLuna. Okay, a new Twitch follower named DeLuna. Okay, I have 3 verses here, basically. I have a title and 3 verses that I just totally came up with in my own head. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Oh, you're coming back in a few minutes, okay? Well, I'm gonna get the song ready. We're gonna put in the title here, a new Twitch follower named DeLuna. Okay, so we have that. And then we're going to, Chastity did a chess stream to teach the world was her dream. Okay, there we go. We have that. Okay, right. We've got the lyrics here. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to generate this song. We have 518 characters, and we're going to create a song because I had 30 credits, so that means I'm making this song, and then I can make 2 more songs after this. Yeah, and and the funny throwaway song I made where I just took literally the words from chat. Yeah, this is cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till DeLuna comes back to the chat, or here's what I want to do is I want to. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay, also I need to this is wild. This is totally wild here. Okay, I'm going to switch back. Let me switch to. Okay, here we are. Yeah, here we are. Now I've got it. Because I'm using the. Okay, DeLuna is back. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Is I just generated a song using the 3 verses of lyrics I wrote for you, DeLuna. So DeLuna, I'm about to play the 2 variations of the song that I just made for you. Let's see how this goes.
Chastity did a chess stream to teach the world was her dream. A user named DeLuna joined the chat after they found where the action was at. Chastity talked to DeLuna while she played chess. Many windows were open and Chastity's hair was a mess. DeLuna asked Chastity if she played other games. She opened Steam and showed all of their names. The 2 talked for hours about games and art. Chastity told DeLuna that she worked at Walmart. The stream was perfect and nothing went wrong. At the end, Chastity wrote DeLuna a song. Chastity did a chess stream to teach the world was her dream. A user named DeLuna joined the chat after they found where the action was at. Chastity talked to DeLuna while she played chess. Many windows were open and Chastity's hair was a mess. DeLuna asked Chastity if she played other games. She opened Steam and showed all of their names. The 2 talked for hours about games and art. told Luna that she worked at Walmart. The screen was perfect, and nothing went wrong. At the end, Chastity wrote to Luna a song.
Oh, that was good. That was good. And that's only one of the two songs. Every time you request to make it makes two. So there's the first one live. So let's listen to the second one and see if the style is different or not.
Chastity in a chess stream. To teach the world was her dream. A user named Luna joined the chat.
It's nice, but it's a little too slow. Hey, DeLuna. Oh yeah, I can share it. Okay, so first of all, the one we listened to, I'm going to. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna make that one public so I can find it easier. And then I copied the song link, and now I'm going to. Yeah, they're both pretty good. I just like the first one more. Okay, so there's the link to that song. Now, I don't know if it'll let you download it from that link or not, but it should let you at least play it in your web browser. But, DeLuna, can you tell me what your favorite musical genre is? What's your favorite genre of music? Because if you give me a genre or a style of music, I could probably type it into the style box and get something like, do you want pop, rock and roll, horror? Just name any genre. Rock. Okay. Let's just put rock. We're just gonna put rock in the style of music. And there's different kinds. There's metal, there's hard rock. But for right now, let's just put rock. And let's just see what kind of song, because I can make two more songs, so we're going to try this. A new Twitch follower named DeLuna. Okay, so we're going to see how this turned out.
Chastity did a chess stream. To teach the world was her dream. A user named Luna joined the chat after they found where the action was at. Chastity talked to the Luna while she played chess. Many windows were open and Chastity's hair was a mess. Till Luna asked Chastity if she played other games. She opened Steam and showed all of their names. The two talked for hours about games and art. Chastity told Luna that she worked at Walmart. The stream was perfect and nothing went wrong. At the end, Chastity wrote Luna a song. About games and art. Chastity told Luna that she worked at Walmart. The stream was perfect and nothing went wrong. At the end, Chastity wrote Luna a song. A song. Luna a song.
Okay, that was good. I'm gonna share the link to that one also. I'm gonna share that one. This is awesome. Yeah, this is good. Yes. See, here's what's amazing about it is that I just like totally wrote those lyrics just off the top of my head right there. I'm a creative writer. I have a talent for writing. And so then when you have an AI music app that I can sing anything I give it, you end up with some funny results. Let's hear how the other song turned out though, because there's a second generation of that. Let's see here.
did a chess stream. To teach the world was her dream. A user named Luna joined the chat. After they found where the action was at, Chastity talked to Luna while she played chess. Many windows were open and Chastity's hair was a mess.
Actually, I don't know how to make a video with AI. However, I did read something about ChatGPT has some kind of premium membership where they will let you use it to generate videos based on what you describe. But I have not really explored the world of creating videos with AI. Usually, but I make songs with AI. And it can generate lyric videos for you as well, like where it will just display the lyrics, but you can't like describe a scene and have it automatically animate it. Not with this app, but there may be other apps. Usually you have to pay with those. Suno, it does something interesting because you can create 5 songs a day for free, but they also have premium memberships. Now, there is something I would like to do for my final song is I wrote this song for my friend Tam. I called it Tam the Chess Lover. This is a song I wrote about my chess student Tam. And so I'm going to put in this, the title is Tam the Chess Lover. And then we're going to put in the lyrics for this song because I wrote this song here. And then for style of music, for the style of music, I'm going to just type in My Little Pony. I'm going to try typing in My Little Pony for style of music and just see what kind of funny result we get. This could be funny because it could turn totally bad, but it could be good. We don't know. That's the excitement of using Suno. So I'm gonna, Suno's better. Share your invite link to earn credits. When your friend signs up and creates 10 songs, you both receive 250 free credits, limit of 2,500 credits per person. Hey DeLuna. DeLuna. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to invite you to Suno. Now, this link, of course, it will only work. Well, actually, wait. It should work for anybody. Yeah, this is my invite link. So in other words, it's just if so anybody can use this, including you, DeLuna. So I'm going to type this into the chat. So use that link and sign up for Suno. And they also have a mobile app. But I use it from the computer, desktop, web browser is what I use it with. But yeah, so you can join and start. Before long, you'll be making songs about me too, for all we know. This is hilarious. Suno is just the greatest music making app. Okay, let's see how this song about Tam turned out.
Tam was a chess player who could not remember all the rules and principles, but that changed in December. Her friend Chastity showed her how to play, but not in the same old boring way. Chastity was a coach like no other. At Tam she was a friend, sister and brother, both over the board and on the computer. She offered to be Tam's everyday tutor. Much at first, but she worked very hard. The importance of pawns she used to discard, but Chastity taught her every piece has its own strength, and that she learned everything by practicing at length. After a few days, Tam had a breakthrough. She beat Stockfish level 1 and then level 2. The knights would jump and bishops slide. The even when she lost, Tam always tried. Chastity told her that in chess anyone can win. We all lose sometimes, but giving up is a sin. Tam got better at chess with the help of her guide, and when she won, her teacher smiled with pride.
Okay, you gotta admit, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not as good as the previous one I generated. That turned out better. This went too fast. But Suno you can make a lot of music with. You can give it ideas, but you can also write your own lyrics. And as you see, I have skill at writing lyrics just on the spot. I can make a song about anyone. So you better watch out how you treat me or I'll make you a song. I like all your music. It's awesome. I put a lot of effort into writing good lyrics for my songs. Will you stream tomorrow? Well, here's the thing is I usually am working overnight at Walmart and I sleep during the day. I don't usually have time. I'm off tonight. I'm off, so, but if I had my, if I actually would like to have a schedule, it's just chaos with the living situation I'm in right now because I usually stream whenever my mom and Tam are sleeping, so they don't interrupt me because there's always possibility of interruptions. But because I love teaching chess, I love streaming, I love making music, I do a lot. This is one of the best streams I've ever had. So thank you for joining me, Deluna. It's really good. I probably do need to end it. I probably do need to end this stream soon. However, what I would like to do is before I end this, I do want to go back to chess because I want to analyze the game I played. I want to analyze the game I played, and I want to find what happened in that game to see just what happened here. So I'm gonna go back to Lee Chess because that's how it all started. This all started with chess. And then I'm going to go to my profile on Lee Chess and I'm going to go to the game that I played. I lost that game, but I want to go to that particular game and I just want to review the moves here. Yeah, this was a very weird game. So let's go back here. Let's see what happened and what went wrong. Actually, let's request an analysis of it. Let's see if we can analyze this. Will it tell me where the mistakes are? Oh, wait, yeah, computer. Let's enable the computer analysis here. And let's see here what it says here. Let's see here. Very interesting. I'm trying to figure this out. So I don't know much about the computer analysis here. I don't know much about how it works. Actually, you know what? I need to learn how to analyze chess games better, but I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go back to this game and use my own human analysis because a lot of stuff happened here. It was really good. I'm a chess player. I know how to find the mistakes. I'm just going to go and find where I made the mistake that cost me the game. I'm going to go here. Oh yeah, I remember now where it was. Okay, that right there, that move right there is the mistake because I moved the knight and then the bishop killed my rook. That's where I made a mistake because what would have been a better move is if I had moved the bishop here, then I could have captured back this bishop if it did kill my knight, but I was so concerned with protecting my knight that I lost the rook. And also, if the bishop moved here, then the two rooks would be connected. They could protect each other better. So that was my mistake when I moved that knight. That's what it was. I can see that. There was the mistake right there. I probably will want to do a more in-depth analysis of it later, perhaps, but it was pretty good. I love the game of chess, though. Chess is awesome. So yeah. Let's see. I'm going for a work, so meet you after some time. That's right. Well, thank you for joining me, DeLuna. This has been amazing because I got to play some chess and stuff, but then I also got to have fun talking about art and making some music with you. The, people, this is why I do Twitch, so I can have a conversation with a person and we can. There's so much that can be done on a Twitch stream, and I'm not even the best Twitch streamer in terms of I have basic understanding of the technology, how to go live on Twitch, and then I've set up my scenes and I do some stuff. It's awesome. So this has been Chastity's Chess Challenge, but also some other things. So I need to end the stream. And to end the stream, I need to end with one more thing. Thank you so much for your time and making amazing music. I'm going to do my ending theme song. So I don't know if you'll get to listen to this all now, but because it sounds like you have to go to work. But I'm going to just end the stream after I play this song.
Board is set, let's play our game. Everyone can join the same. Pieces move their timeless dance. In chess, there's always a chance. Kings and queens on either side. Pawns advance with humble pride. No one's left out in this fight. A game of skill, no dark, no light. Chess for all, chess for you. Every move, it's something new. No matter who or where you are. In this game, we're all a star. Black or white, it doesn't matter. On this board, no walls to shatter. Rich or poor, we all belong. In this fight, we're going strong. Even if you've never played, there's no need to be afraid. Anyone can learn this game. That's why chess has so much fame. Male or female, gay or straight, at this table no one's late. Every voice and move unique, all together we are sleek. Anyone can win this game, but when you lose, feel no shame. Even masters make mistakes, all your games are just remakes. Each new player finds their style, when you find it you will smile. Books and courses help us learn what we need to take our turn. Chess for all, chess for you. Every move, it's something new. No matter who or where you are. In this game, we're all a star.
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining me, DeLuna. That was amazing. That was just fabulous. So remember, everyone, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.